Tonight, we catch up with this week's flight sim news, check out iniBuilds Nairobi Airport, a C-46 Commando, FS Reborn are in the house to talk about their upcoming roadmap. We visit Turweston by Burning Blue Design and revisit Taogs Hangar, UH-1H Huey. Hello. Everybody, happy Wednesday. Look at the timing of that. Welcome to the middle of the week, the halftime show, the midweek shuffle. It's time for the news, and you're very welcome in to a Microsoft Flight Simulator that's actually working. Right. Jesus, we had an issue yesterday, didn't we? Let's never speak of it again. Anyway, you're all very welcome in. Hope your week is going. 46 Commando, a brand new aircraft released for the sim. Then Raul is going to join us from FS Reborn, chatting about the roadmap of, what he's going to be working on into the short, medium and long-term future. Then, Burning Blue Design, we get to check out Turweston, small little airfield, and we'll do so using Taogs Hangar's Huey, the UH-1H, and it's all go. There's been a ton of releases. We managed to roll up our sleeves there last Saturday. We got a lot of flight simming done. Got to check out a ton of aircraft. TFDI, of course, have released the MD-11. Love to know how you're getting on with that thing. It's absolutely mad, so it is. So I got my haircut, and apart from that, nothing new since last night. Oh, one of my drives failed. Right, on my drive. A hard drive failed. Thank God there was nothing useful on it, right? And that broke. What else did I do today? Something else broke I had to fix. I can't remember. I was up against it for a while, but we're grand now, friends. We're grand now. Oh, and by the way, Jesus, if you're on Twitch, scroll down to the little cogwheel and click on the divil. We now have stunning 4K. Right? I mean, it only took me 5 years, and then I just kind of looked over Gibbo's shoulder. Oh, look, that's what he did. And now we should have 4K here on YouTube, or on Twitch. Twitch, Murphy, Twitch. Right? So if this is the first time you get to see me in this sort of clarity, don't act like you're not impressed. Please stay. Please stay. Right, it's grand, right? You don't need to go. Put the television over the fireplace. It'll keep people away from it, right? Who's the scaredy fella? Do you know? So anyway, hope you're all keeping well. And serious issues with Xbox Live servers yesterday, lads. Seem to really affect Europe. A lot of the American lads were able to ramble into it and do the thing, right? But for a lot of us, we couldn't, so sad news. But anyway, they've managed to fix it. Seemingly, the giggle pin was loose in the laughing chamber, and, they figured it out. They knew what the crack was, and that was that. So what we're going to do, we're going to ramble in and say hello and good evening to everyone here in the chat. And I'm just saying that there, all my settings got wiped. Oh, Jesus. That's what could happen. Anyway, there's a way to avoid that in the future. You can actually you can save your cloud settings and keep them somewhere safe, and then when the thing does wipe them, just drop the file back in again. Well, remind me about that in a second. I'll show you how to do it. Anyway, Airlock Doc is here. Happy hump day, peoples. Glad we all survived the darkest night. The longest night, we'll call it. Airlock, yes. Willow How Much is here. Super Ty rambles in. Tarnish Mossman, welcome aboard. Vacuum is in the house. Mr. Scoo is here. And he's after subscribing for a long time. Where is it now? It disappeared. Oh, there it is. 11 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. How are you, man? You're looking well. Isn't he looking well? Gaseous Maximus is here. Isidious, good to see you. Spitfire, RAF 100 is here in the chat. You're very welcome in. B. Carlo is in the house. Night Set rambles in saying happy Wednesday. Retriever Neil is here. You're very welcome aboard. PH Roy, good evening. Lead Ballooner, we have 4K. We have 4K. The excitement. Jan Drace, a very happy Wednesday. Old Veteran 965. The man with the pear. Wait, the man likes pear. The man who said pear and got me into savage trouble. How are you, Scott? SK Sun is here. Good to see you. The Polar Bear UK subscribing for 17 months. Thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. I hope you're well. Fierce Wolf is here, looking fierce and wolfy. Professor Siege, you're very welcome in. 35 times streaking to your man who tried to do a keyboard cat. Wait, what? Streaking? Thank you, Super Ty. Halric is here. A very good evening and top of the week to all. It is that time of the week. It's International Murphy's Day. Let the crazy antics begin. Yeah, let's go with that, Halric. The Ghost is here. Did anyone's settings get wiped during the Xbox server crash? Oh, Jesus, there could be a few of you involved. The Limbix, a very good morning. He says, so Gibbo finally shared the 4K secrets. I had to steal them. I had to read his mind and steal them. That's what I did. And yeah, so far it's working. But yes, it seems to be working, so we'll see how we go, right? Shuffle Shoes shuffles in. AJH John, hope all is well. Viper Strike, many thanks for the raid, my guy. Hope you had a great stream. Where is this now? It was the middle of the week yesterday, was Murphy's Day. Whatever could go wrong, went wrong. The only thing normal was Murphy getting in trouble with the missus. Wait, what? Jesus. Onboard Simulations, welcome aboard. Strap21 is here. Hemming Bird rambles in. And she says, Muse told me he was sick of hearing my puns about working in a prison. So I told him I would give them a rest. Happy Wednesday, Hemmingbird. I hope you're well. Brilliant. Viper Strike did a flight, a shuttle run in Australia between Sydney and Brisbane in the 777. Oh, nice. With the new livery. Nice. Mr. Square Lee is in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. And if you haven't already, do ramble over to his channel here on Twitch. He's checking out the Charlie rudder pedals. In actual fact, Mr. Square Lee got the very first set of Charlie pedals for an undisclosed something. We don't know what it was. It could have been just right place, right time. Could have been a high five. You don't know what it was. But you're very welcome in, my guy. And it was, what was that noise? It was great catching up with you over in Vegas. Toto was in the house. Good to see you, Toto. As he rambles in. Sun Jammer's in the house. Liptorius is here. Baldric the Dong. A very happy Wednesday. Glad it's Raul's road map. If it was Murphy's map, we'd probably get lost. Well, to be fair, yes. Mick Ham is here. Good to see you. Now, I'd be on 50 if it wasn't for the test streams. I may have done a test stream earlier on, yes. Namas323, thank you very much for the subscribe. Yeah, Hemmingbird, I pressed some buttons earlier on. Goblin Zeus, good evening. P.S. Morandai, hello there. I really hope that the piano organ is off today. Jesus, let's all pray the Xbox Live is working. Did you not enjoy our musical soiree? Did you not? Right, I mean, you know what I mean? I put myself out there, lads, do you know? Not that I give the content, I never did. You know, some people, there's nothing wrong with it. Some people care, you know, I really don't. Unless, like, well, once or twice I do care, but generally, if it's about me, like, I can't change who and what I am. Do you know what I mean? So, and neither can you, despite what you think, right? So, it's grand. Just, we'll get on with it. Like my beautiful haircut. Jesus, don't look at the top of it. I need to change the lighting in here. Right, there's ways you can make it look not as terrible. Right, is it muted? I hope not. Did anyone else settings? Still, Memphis Dunn is here. Good to see you. Mr. Nick Fire, you're welcome aboard. Soaring AJ. AJH, man. Who else is here? Tarmo 10K is in the house. So no speaking of the Skoda then. Wait, what? Proby Pete. His second cousin, still related. Good to see you, Proby Pete. Stick Figure is here. Good to see you. Tritz4 rambles in. Very happy Wednesday. Old Veteran says, lucky for Murph that when he gets his hair cut, the barber doesn't have to take the time to thin out the non-mass of hair. Listen, right? I don't have a comeback. I'll start wearing hats, right? Gibbo's able to wear a hat. I can't wear hats. I look weird. I wore a hat the other morning going for the walk and there was people looking at me. Now, granted, that was probably because I was making these weird noises, you know, as I'm walking, breaking a sweat. Right, you know, breathing heavily and all that. That's probably why they were looking at me. But I can't really wear the hat, you know. Anyway, you can keep your 4K. I'm happy with 360, 480. Good man, Super Thai. And you don't let them change you. Never change. Zybok Doc is here, calling from Denmark. Hello from Tipperary. I hope you're very, very well. The Ghost. Jesus, poor old Ghost, he got a terrible doing. Muse fan is here, bursts in the door with his toenail. Jesus. Muse fan says, how he is his mad jokes is. Happy Friday. Muse, look at the calendar there, will you? Jesus, I mean, I love the enthusiasm, right? The optimism is great.
Jesus.
But it's Wednesday. Cold feet, warm hands. I'm going back to finish watching Murph's organ recital. Organ recital? Let's go with that. Captain Arash is in the house. Hope you're keeping well, my guy. That looked like a lovely, lovely pint of Guinness in O'Hickey's bar, right? There's nothing as Irish as O'Hickey's bar. I love it. I hope you're well. Now, we're over here, look. Where's this? Iron Man, good to see you. Don't remind me of being forced to watch Murphy play on his organ. Before the Mrs. Jesus! Ewald, good to see you. Paparazzi is in the house. Welcome aboard. M. Dark is here. Rob MCR has subscribed 41 months. 41 months, man. Thank you very, very much indeed. Jesus, Adam Controls has raided with a party of raiders who have raided upon us. Adam Controls, thank you very, very much indeed, my guy. I was watching your stream earlier on, controlling the skies of Dublin. And an excellent job was done as well. Thank you very much indeed for the raid. Hope you're well, man. Have you re-acclimatized to the Irish weather and time? I'm still waking up in the middle of the night. I don't know what's wrong with me. I woke up last night at 2 o'clock, couldn't get back asleep. Maybe it's stress, do you know? Or maybe it was just like the buzz of, you know, being a rock star last night, getting to play my instruments. Do you know what I mean? Right, I mean, that's I need to grow my hair long. Old man goat hair, good to see you. Zard is in the house. Scorpio 49 rambles in with a glass of Cabernet Sauvignon. And he says... what does he say? The screen is moved. Oh, there it is. Good evening, Murph and all in chat. Just arrived in. Good to see you, Scorpio. Irish Jedi mind tricks, says Sunjammer, right? Mrs. Koo says, Murph, did you read me messages in Discord about the 777? Did I? I can't remember. I'll have a look here now in a second. Mine sat only at 2160. I'm being robbed. Well, no, 2160 is 4K. Even though I questioned it as well, Airlock, but seemingly it is. You know what I'm saying? Nomus, thank you very much indeed. Subscribing with Prime. Very, very kind of you, and hope you're keeping very well. Right, where's this now? Zybox says, wow, 10 times in a row. Jesus. Vatsim Spy is here. Gia Gwitch, Akara. How's she cutting? Hope you're well. Now, let me see. More Cowbell Cody. Hello. That's a great name. Eagle Airways. Aaron is in the chat. Good to see you, man. P.S. Miranda says, yeah, but the Xbox login is working. Indeed it is. You put yourself out there, but it wasn't collection day, was it? Can you try again? Oh, Jesus. Never change. Right. Now, where we're at. Mr. 90 is here. Good to see you. Mr. Dan is in the house. Hello, lads. Gibbo Ireland is here. He says, so what's the bets that while Murph is all proud as punch about his OBS output in 4K, he forgot to change his camera output to 4K? Wait, what? No, it is. Is it? This camera's 4K. The other one goes 720. Look at the out of focus looking at me hand, look. Jesus. Yeah, right. Balls, I knew I forgot something, Gibbo. For God's sake, I can do nothing. Wayland Jutani, good to see you. Did you book the orchard yet? Oh, wait, balls. Well, no, it is booked. I think it's 8 o'clock, we told them. It is booked. And, Jesus. Yeah. Right, leave that with me. I'll figure that one out. But no, I rang them like weeks ago and said, hey, this is what we're doing. And they were said, it's all grand. I even got your one's name. So it's sound, right? Anyway, it'll be grand, lads, right? If it all goes belly up, bag of cans, in the closest GAA pitch, it's going to be a hell of a night.
Behave.
Jesus, a hell of a night, right? Right, where are we at now? Friend to all, thank you very much indeed. 39 months, my dude. insane generosity. Thank you very, very much indeed. And your airplane sounds whilst walking. Wait, what, Mr. Dan? Scorpio says the release notes for the latest sim update states that FPS has been improved. Has anyone else noticed the improvement? Can't say that I did. Muse fan now trying to, excuses, right? Yeah, I had an autocorrect moment. Autocorrect.
Can I do the refund?
I'll use that excuse. Brilliant. That's fantastic. But yes, Adam Controls, sleep is still all over the gaff, right? Maverick says, setup tour, Murph. We must do a setup tour one of these days. Yeah. Shane, good to see you. I recognise those IKEA drawers. That's right, friends. I built this with me Swedish friends. Seemingly, you just go onto the website and say, I want that one, that one, that one, and that one. So they're called an Alex cabinet thingy. Very sophisticated setup this is, lads, right? And I've another view here, look. That's the wrong view, but look, that's what's over there. That's what that camera looks at. That's over there. Look, that's the background of things with stuff. That light is terribly bright. Do you know? Wait now, here's the other camera behind me head. Now, don't look directly at the back of me head, look, right? But that's kind of the layout. That's the general layout of the room, you see. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Jesus, look, that lovely job in the back of me head, look. God almighty, did you ever see such a nice back of the head? It's absolutely lovely. But anyway, moving on quickly before someone starts giving out. More probably your prostrate acting up, Merv. Wait, what? Mr. Z Rider is in the house. Good to see you, man. Rambog Mord is here. You're very welcome in. Captain Rash says, I was out for Canada Day and didn't realise you were streaming, but later saw the clip of your reaction. Loved it. I must steal that video. Nice. There was no 4 in 2160. Listen, right? What's 2? No, wait. 6 minus 2 is 4, and then just keep the 1. 1 by 4. That's my story. We're sticking to it. 2K. Listen, it's still technically... Google it! Or Bing it, right? Or Yahoo it, for those who are old enough. Right, that was loud again. Yeah, it's all over the place. Smiley Beach is good to see you. Good morning, Murph and chat. Looks like you escaped the bug from Expo. I think I did. I was very lucky. Do you know, everyone got a bit of a dose. CD had a dose. Flights with Joel had a dose. Old Veteran had a dose. Who else had a dose? Someone else had a dose. Lots of doses, right? Poor old devils. Does the missus know you got your wands now? Wait, whisht, will you? I don't suppose she was in the... Whisht, will you? Adam Jesus, Defiant Braun is here. It's good to see you. Bell Bro is here. He says, hello, Murph and Fireflies. Hope you're all doing well. Great to see the Sea King. Oh, nice. Oh, the Sea King. What a great chopper. You said about walking with the huffing and breathing with a cap on, and people were starting... Oh, wait, airplane noises. Mr. Dan, I get you now. See? Bossman Gaming is here. Good to see you. Can't wait for the 707 to drop. It's going to be a while, seemingly. Our refuse bin is neater than that. Jesus. Then what? Then me set up. Get out of that, Scorpio, will you? Bald spot. Wait, Super Typhon, there's something wrong with your TV. You're missing some pixels. Right. Shane, thank you very much indeed. Subscribing with Prime. Terribly generous of you. I hope you're keeping well. Ladies and gentlemen, Howard from Forder Learn to Fly has rambled in. And our good friend Howard, he says, nice setup, Murph. Well, thank you very much indeed. Howard, I hope you're keeping very well. It was so nice getting to catch up with you over in Vegas. How did karaoke manage to escape us this year? I don't know. But we're on for next year, right? It must happen. I've been practicing. I had my keyboard out. It's going to be brilliant, right? I'll bring me tin whistle. But I hope you're keeping very, very well indeed. NZ Woody. Hiya, Murph. What size is your monitor screen? It's a very personal... It's a 48 inch? 48 inch. Yes. Steel. Got you now, Captain Rash. Squirrel. Oh, good to see you, man. Retriever Neil says the guy who's got his head... Oh, wait. The guy who got hit in the head with a can of cola was lucky it was a soft drink. Oh, Jesus. That was pretty good. In North America, getting a dose has a totally different meaning. Well, does it? A dose? Oh, right. Fair enough. Adam Control says Jepson... Oh, Jepson got it as well. Adam had the man flu. Well, Adam, you said... it was like Clarkson getting pneumonia. Jesus. You said you were tired and emotional. You were saying it was called the Vegas flu. The whole thing escaped me, though. It was brilliant. Do you know what I mean? Just walking, going meow, full afterburners, right? Don't want to get you in trouble with the missus, but what happened in Vegas? Nothing happened in Vegas. Why, it's this conspiracy, right? It's character assassination, right? I was doing a very professional interview with my eyes locked into another pair of eyes. Everything else is pure rumour, and I don't believe it. Right, there's photographic evidence anyway. It's grand. Right, where we at? A321 Josh. Welcome in, my dude. Hope all is well. Now, where we're at, we're over here, look. It's Norcali. It's Norcali is here. It's good to see you. I just went through my Expo swag bag. One of you planted some lacy thong with beads on it. Brilliant. Well, blame Frankie. Yeah, that was Frankie's. Frankie's tongue could go anywhere, lads, right? You know, sometimes that's all he wears. But yes, it's Norcali. You're very welcome in. Great to see you here. Patrick. Sure, how are you, Patrick? Good to see you. Bad case of the greens, Murph. What, greens? Who's green? Wait, what? Right, quick, move on before we get in trouble. PH Roy says, Murph, did you see FS Elite interview with the Microsoft Flight Sim team? There was a lad from Ireland spying around. Check it out. Oh, was there? Jesus. Murphy and Mr. Two-Tone, hello, says FSReborn Air. Hi, Howard. I watched your live stream the other day at the air show on flight teaching. Nice. He was just keeping abreast of the situation. That's brilliant. But also, no, shh, right. Turd Ferguson is here. Good man yourself. Cy Murray's in the house. Bossman says, did you see the Gordon Ramsay fell off his bicycle? I saw that. Yeah. He got a terrible doing and he wasn't wearing a helmet. And then he said, you must wear a helmet. But yes, Dose is also known as a... Oh, is it? We better not call it a dose. Jesus. What Murph's singing voice lacks in quality is made up for in volume. Hang on a second, Gibbo. You and I partook in a duet. A duet one night. Do you remember? Right? You can almost you can sense the romance in the air from us singing. Right? That's how people ended up meeting one another. Sorta. Right? Love and feeling. Right? I saw Cletus was taking Black Hawk lessons. Who? Zard, welcome in. Right, we're over here. What duet did you sing? You've lost that love and feeling. Brilliant, right? Seemingly you never close your eyes anymore. Anyway, who's here, look, on YouTube? You're very welcome in, friends. I've buttons over here, look. Let me see. Kieran Niall, hello. Hope you're well. Jesus, it's busy. Maverick is there as well. Mr. Anderson. Mike Coffey. Good evening to you, my guys. Hope all is well. What did you do? Your sock keeps falling down under your heel. Isn't that just the saddest thing that could happen in the life of saddest things that could happen?
Big 10-4, good buddy.
Who was that now? Who was that? Did they just text you? Did someone text you to say, come on into Murph there just for a minute?
I was coming in here because I felt sorry for myself, but I know you like looking at that picture. So I'm not even going to say.
Just remember, the font was very small to read.
Yeah.
Right? This is never going to go. Anyway, who else is here before we get in more trouble? Jesus. I mean, that doesn't move any further. If I've missed anyone on YouTube, you're all very welcome in indeed. And, well, friends, we're going to get started here with the stream, right? It's going to be a busy night. So, let's do the transition. Oh, it's not really as loud anymore. Hang on. We'll try that again. Oh, Jesus, that's loose. It's not really picking it up. Sure it's not. Hang on, we'll try it again. I need to put like less oil in that. The old mic stand needs a bottle of UB40. No, it's brilliant. It's a transition. It's a sound effect. That costs a lot of money. Right, we're over here now, look. And here we are now, friends. Yes. And we're looking here at this monstrosity of a machine. This is a Curtiss, a C-46 Commando with a man on a ladder trying to get into the plane, right? So, no, it's not. It's aerodynamic sounds, lads. Aerodynamic sounds. So it's a brand new release in the sim. I got this for €9.99. I didn't say UB40, I meant to say WD-40. Adam called it UB40 and it threw me completely off. Red wine goes to my head. That was UB40. I'm not, I'm 39.
Hello there.
But anyway, who's there now? Someone else come in. Carlos, Iceman, you're very welcome aboard. Thank you very much indeed. Quite possibly the ugliest transport of the 1940s. Jay Winokur, good to see you. Right, me or the plane, right? So, I like the C-46 only because this aircraft was used by Buffalo Airways. Ice pilots, right? And the C-46 was an absolute... Oh, look at my screen going absolutely bat crazy. Hang on now. How do we do this again? Alt-Enter and Alt-Enter. Here we go. Fixed it. And that's a bug after coming in. So anyway, we'll be checking out this aircraft shortly here at Nairobi, and then it's going to be jumping across over to our good friend Raul as he gives us an update. So we're going to fly through the news quickly as we can, and then we'll check out this machine here now. But it is a brand new release in the sim. It's built by Airplane Heaven. Thought it was interesting, you know, Microsoft got their hands on that Boeing 707 and they were like, nah, this isn't ready yet. And that should be kind of speaking volumes, because Airplane Heaven had to get the aircraft to a stage that they were happy with, and they gave it to Microsoft. Or maybe there's politics in the background, and Airplane Heaven were like, this thing just isn't ready, we need more time. And then, you know, the publisher said, you don't have any more time, give us the plane, right? There's all sorts of theories here, but let's see what happens, right? Carlos says, I'm new here. The C-47 is much bigger than the DC-3. Correct and right. Yes, much, much bigger. Yeah, so the price of this aircraft, depending on your subscription to Microsoft Flight Sim, be it the standard or the deluxe or the premium deluxe, that'll give you a discount along the way, right? But we'll go back into the sim in a moment. We're going to pause it here and we're going to bring up over our news, which is a bit of news to get through tonight, right? So where's Jesus, buttons, lads? Where's that screen after going? Come back to me. Oh, come back, you were a great crack. I found it. Right, here we go. Here we are, friends. And, well, a big shout out to our sources of the news, the sorcery sources. We have Vasco over at msfsaddons.com. Got to meet Vasco at Vegas. Lovely guy. I've met him before. And we also give a shout out to Callum and all the lads at FS Elite. And of course, to Sergio Costa over at Heli Simmer. And this is where all the lads basically write all the articles. And then I come along and mispronounce everything. It's a match made in heaven. But anyway, TFDI Design. They have released the MD-11. There was a huge waiting list. And I saw a post earlier on. They said they had like 171,000 queries to their website. Was that 171,000 customers? Do the math there very quick now, lads. Basically, the lads are now living somewhere expensive and they're in a hot tub full of wine. Right? But yeah, oh no, Adam Controls just got botted because he said that. That's hilarious. Sorry, Adam, the bot is still in training. That's absolutely brilliant. Anyway, so yes, the MD-11 has been released, friends, and there was just as much kind of wow for this, I think, as there was for the 777, because the MD-11, an incredible aircraft, a trijet, and it's somewhere between your Boeing and an Airbus. It's somewhere right slap bam in the middle. And I like this because it's not your standard aircraft. It's either Airbus or it's Boeing. No, we have McDonnell Douglas thrown right into the middle. Anyway, comprehensive simulation experience of the MD-11, and we have the freighter version and also the passenger version available. Now, they are working on another engine variant. I think it's the Pratt & Whitney's. There was a bit of a problem. But yeah, they said they'll release it kind of fairly quick after that. Do you know what I mean? Now, let me see. Scott is alerting me to a bit of news. PMDG removed their PD3... Oh, wait, hang on. PMDG have removed their P3D products, saying they're not sure if they'll bring them back. At this moment, we have stopped selling P3D products. We're not sure if they will reappear. Sales are negligible, and the cost to sell them mean they did not bring in any profit. That came from Matthias. That's interesting. That is very, very interesting. Great news, and well, not great news. Great news breaking story, old veteran. Thanks for that. So yeah, well, it'd be kind of, I mean, look, if you think P3D, I felt terrible bad because P3D were at Expo and I said something terribly stupid and your man just kind of looked at me, and then I realised he was wearing a P3D t-shirt that said Lockheed Martin. I was like, oh dear, I'll never get invited for, you know, tea and biscuits. But anyway, the MD-11, as I said, it has been released, and what a significant release. This aircraft has been in development for years, and the developers kind of did something a little bit interesting. I was a little bit cagey about this at the start because they had an early opter or like early access kind of a deal. They wanted people to buy into this thing long before they'd get access to it. However, I have now since flown it. I've paid for it. As in, I bought the aircraft. I wasn't on the first bunch, but I was on the second bunch. And you know, TFDI Design very kindly said, yeah, Murph, belt away with that there last weekend. I got to fly it, and I have to say, I love this aircraft. I think they've done a great job.
Jesus.
Couple of issues here and there, nothing major. Couple of issues. They're going to be hot on the tails to get it fixed. However, if you're looking for something different, right, and in particular the cargo variant, I love the cargo variant. It's available now. You can pick it up for $69.99 US. And to obtain both models, an additional $9.99 is required, plus an extra $5 for the full extended simulation package, which is coming out a little bit later. So for for Jesus, do your maths, Murph. For $84.99, is it? You get the whole shebang. Now it's a little bit on the whoa, but still cheaper than the Mad Dog. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, the MD-11 is out, and I can tell you it's a superb aircraft. Superb. Now, PMDG, of course, we saw this release the other day. Their 777-300E or the extended range has also released, and it's getting great feedback, great responses. You guys are flying this a lot. MD-11 is around the same size as the 777. Give or take, Ibo, yeah, give or take. I don't think it's as long, right? I don't think it's as long. But anyway, PMDG, after a long time in the works, have finally released the 777, and I've flown it once. I need to spend a lot more time with it, but it is very much a feature-rich and detailed simulation of the Boeing 777, packed with features, authenticity, and a wide selection of options. And they've used a lot of help from real-world pilots. Of course, Robert's involved in this as well. And it'll please new flight sim enthusiasts looking for their first true airliner experience, whilst also meeting the exacting expectations of the experienced simmer, expecting depth and authenticity. It's the first proper long-haul aircraft we have in the sim, right? I sent cool info about the PMDG 777. Where is it, Mr. Scoot? Where did you put it? And I'll try and find it. Let me see. Is it under add-ons? Or was it a DM? Oh, wait, hang on. I don't see it, Mr. Scoot. Was it a DM? Let's see here now. I get many DMs, so just you'll have to bear with me. Now, let me see. Let's have a look. It was a DM? Jesus. Hang on now. We'll find it here somewhere. When did you send it? Wait, have you now? Flights with the 777 using the GE90 engines and going over the North Pole fly at speeds of around Mach 0.92 at flight level 410. Jesus, so the thing can go even faster. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think I don't know what we got out of this. Was it 0.85 we got out of it the other day? But it's pretty cool, right? But anyway, yes, the 777 is out, and if you're interested in getting it, you can pick it up from PMDG, and it's priced at a curious price of $77.73. It is planned to be out soon on the marketplace. They're expecting to get this onto Xbox as well. Let's see how that goes. But yes, two massive airliners released very, very close together, and well, the virtual skies are awash with MD-11s and 777s, which is brilliant. Now, local legend number 17, the Curtiss C-46 Commando, and we also got a city update here as well for the northeastern USA. They've all been released for the sim. So the Microsoft Flight Sim team continue to release new content updates for the sim as we prepare for the big launch for Flight Sim 2024. Today, the introduction of two updates, the Curtiss C-46 Commando and City Update 9, which focuses on the northeast of the United States. So the C-46 Commando, legendary twin-engine, piston-powered military transport aircraft, which has been recreated by Aeroplane Heaven. There's a bit of a trailer here as well. It was designed by Curtiss Wright. The aircraft became renowned for its versatility and ruggedness during the Second World War, took its maiden flight in March 1940, and it entered service with the US Army Air Force in 1941. It was based on the Curtiss Wright CW-20 airliner, featured several advanced characteristics such as a pressurized cabin and a high-strength fuselage. Prototype success led to the adoption of the US Army Air Force, and they ordered the modified C-46 variant. This version, unpressurized and equipped with more powerful engines and large cargo doors, entered service in 1942. Over 3,000 C-46 airframes were produced, and the production ran between 1940 and 1945. As I said, this thing was used by... Did I accidentally go live at the crack of dawn this morning? It wasn't... I went live earlier on, for a few minutes. I was testing 4K. Frankie running glorious 4K. Brilliant. But anyway, the C-46, I love this because it's operated by Buffalo Airways, or at least it was, do you know? But anyway, Next up then we have the northeastern United States. We're going to play this video because, well, it looks nice. And they've included Washington, D.C., Buffalo in New York. They have Allentown in Pennsylvania, Long Island's East End, and well, we get to see how all this looks. So we'll go in here now, lads, and have a look. I better play my own music because you know what happens here. So we'll play this, press the button, and let's enjoy a trailer. Just in time for the 4th of July as well, friends. There we have it, the new city update. Loads of stuff happening in this, and our group flight on Friday night, we're actually going to be flying in and around New York, so we might get to see some of the stuff that'll be happening. So this is a free update. The Curtis, you can buy that from the marketplace. Price at $14.99 or $9.99, depending on the you know, what sim version you have, be it, you know, standard, deluxe, or premium deluxe. So 2 notable releases. Now, they also left out one, which of course a lot of folks were looking for, which was the Boeing 707. The Boeing 707 was due to release, and we saw an update from Jane over in the MSFS forums, and she said, yeah, we gave it a go, and it's just not there yet. Which is frustrating for some, but I have to say, and I have to applaud Microsoft on this, brilliant. They saw it and they knew it wasn't up to a certain standard and they held it. That kind of needs to happen, because had the aircraft released and it was in kind of shabby craftsmanship, there'd have been uproar and it wouldn't have done airplane heaven any good news at all. So it's actually good that they said, no, listen, it's not there yet. Right, so a bit of a frustration for us. They have indicated they will release it now when Sim Update 16 comes along, and that's slated, I think, for around September. I could be wrong. It was around then. So let's see what happens then. Turweston Designs will do. Yeah, they also have a Washington DC. So there's 2 massive kind of things from Microsoft. They released Las Vegas and Washington. Both are the city updates or city scenery packs that Turweston Design have made as well. So yeah, I wonder will they work together? We shall find out. Now, the UH-1H Huey from Taogs Hangar, it's now available in the sim. We flew this briefly on Saturday, and I have to say, lads, it was a lot of fun. So much so, I watched We Were Soldiers the other night. But anyway, they finally managed to get this aircraft launched, and it's out there, and I think a lot of people are enjoying it. I've seen comments from our own members in our community saying, this is the best helicopter in the sim, full stop. Right? So get yourself a Huey. The trailer is awesome. We'll have a quick look at it here as it plays in the background. But like, we're going to check this out on the stream in a little bit. And like, Jesus, lads, when it comes to the features, right? Some of the features of this aircraft. So there's 3 variants: military, civilian, and a high skids variant. It has the authentic sound package from a real world Huey. Extensive attachments. You have a whole load of options. You can even put surfboards on the side of your chopper. It has damage simulation. There's a ton of liveries. There's an advanced flight model. Systems accuracy from highly accurate systems, including electrical system. It has firefighting capabilities, ambulance equipment, and much, much more. This is a really, really good chopper. There's no sound playing because, you know, wait, I could own this sound pack. Hang on. Yeah, I own that sound. So that's okay. When I say I own it, I've licensed it. That's our press buttons for things. But yeah, so has anyone picked up the Huey? And if so, let me know in the comments here. What do you think of it? Is it just absolutely brilliant, right? It flies super well. It sounds great. It looks great. Everything about this thing, it's great. Right, hey, Cutlass Ahoy has resubscribed to the channel. 11 months, my dude. Thank you very much indeed. So, so the chopper is, it is released, and the price, you can actually pick this up over on flightsim.to, and it's priced at $29.99. $29.99, and we're still waiting on Blackbird Simulations because they have a Huey in production as well. So we'll have to wait and see. Now, information here we saw rambling through the interwebs. iFly, well, they've shared their cockpit and cabin images of their upcoming 737 MAX. Now, they kind of had to respond considering Microsoft and Asobo announced that they were bringing the 737 MAX into Flight Sim 2024, and iFly have been working on this for some time. So they have brought a bit of news to say, look, we have a couple of more pictures. We're still working on the aircraft, and the team at iFly are encouraging the update about the state of the 737, stating development is moving along nicely. Please note there's still development captures and the final version may vary. There are some really, really nice pictures here. So the 737 MAX, well, it's just the, modernized version. It's the one up from the NG, and you'll notice it because, well, you have a lot of glass. There's a lot of glass in this machine, and it'd be interesting to see where they go with this. This is kind of a direct competitor to what PMDG are working on. So it would be nice to see, well, what can these guys do? Some of the textures here, I mean, they look very, very nice. You know what I mean? Like, they look gorgeous. So let's see how it all kind of comes together. We've no release date. The aircraft is progressing well enough that full flights can be conducted, though it hasn't entered the official beta stage. It's pretty far along. Some components are further than others, but it's coming together, so we'll have to wait and see. Which MAX is going to be in Flight Sim 2024? I'm not quite sure. It's definitely an interesting project, long awaited by most of the community. It is facing some very stiff competition. Asobo are also doing the MAX 8, right? But anyway, once we get more news on it, we'll definitely share it with you. But it's good to see iFly back saying, hey, we're doing the thing, we're working on this. And iFly, they made 737s back in, I want to say FSX, could have been P3D. And I flew them, and they were very good. They were very, very good. I mean, they were right up there with PMDG stuff, But yeah, Blackbird Simulation. So you may be waiting a while, possibly. Yeah, Parallel 42 released Victoria Falls. Yeah, we'll check that out as well. Right, moving on. P3D. I was in P3D. Caleb, good to see you. So Simwork Studios and FS Reborn. Raul is going to be joining us in about 40 minutes, and we're going to have a chat about all of this. Now, we showed off these previews last week about their upcoming 727 project, amongst others. But it was interesting. At Expo, we got in front of Raul and Alex, and they were saying, look, they want to bring the entire 727 family into the sim, every variant that there was. This is super exciting. And when you see the development process at the moment, where they're getting exterior images of the aircraft, like thousands of pictures, and then they form it all into one 3D model. Very, very interesting to see how developers actually capture these the models, considering they're doing this themselves, right? So we'll have Raul on shortly for a chat about that. Now, we checked this one out last night just because we couldn't get into the sim, but Just Flight have released their PA-28 or Arrow 3 for X-Plane 12. And I will have to say, we flew this last night. I was very, very impressed. It felt so much I won't say better, but like it is better. It flew an awful lot better than the current Microsoft Flight Sim version. I'd expect maybe an update, if not for 2020, maybe for 2024. They'll tweak it now a little bit because they're going to have access to some new flight modeling stuff. So anyone who really enjoys the Arrow, if you're an X-Plane, this is excellent. Those of you on Microsoft Flight Sim, the Arrow still flies very well, but for 2024, maybe expect something nice with this. Thranduil Design did the work on this. I mean, they've done an overhaul, 8K textures, PBR materials, and really taken advantage of the new graphic options. But the aircraft handling itself was done very, very well. The Arrow 3 features a comprehensive avionics suite, including the Reality GTN 750, Thranduil's GNS 530. The virtual cockpit also equipped with a multifunction EFB tablet. So we're used to this tablet. That's now after landing its way into X-Plane as well, which is pretty cool. And overall, it's an excellent rendition of a Piper Arrow. It's photorealistic. As I said, we flew it last night. Really, really nice. So those of you on X-Plane, it is a new release because it's for X-Plane 12. That's available now. You can pick it up for the price of $42.99 US dollars. And sticking with X-Plane, yes, release candidate 2 of the 12.1 update has also released as well. So we already showed you this one, so that's just the city update. Here was news that we broke the weekend, but Parallel 42 have hired Jeppesen 2001, and they've released an updated version of Victoria Falls scenery. Now this is pretty cool. So we broke the story the other day that Jeppesen has now joined Parallel 42 and he's going to head up their scenery development. That's a huge thing, and I'm so happy for Jeppesen. It's wonderful. It's a great story. Like, Jeppesen started off making scenery for the crack, right? A bit of messing. And I even remember when it came to Victoria Falls, we were going to do a series on the natural world wonders. I came to this area, there was nothing there, and I was like, Jeppesen, air a chance, could you do us something? Murphy said, leave it with me. And he came back with something absolutely incredible. So much so, it was payware. That's how good it was, because waterfalls are not a thing in the sim. Jeppesen made it a thing. So it's incredible, right? Anyway, the team at Parallel 42 have been very active lately. And we saw it with SimFX, the A320 immersion, and so on and so forth. They have welcomed the legendary scenery designer Simon Fogarty, also known as Jeppesen 2001, and he's going to head up their scenery design. Secondly, they've updated Jeppesen's popular Victoria Falls scenery pack for the sim. Jeppesen, long been a beloved figure in the flight sim community, his art history and dedication have brought countless iconic locations to life, including Niagara Falls, Hogwarts Express, and of course, Victoria Falls. There's Kevin, there's Jeppesen, and there's Edson over at Expo. And huge news. So with Victoria Falls, Parallel 42, it's under their branding now. The awe-inspiring waterfall, the world's largest sheet of falling water, has been recreated and it's been updated as well. A couple of nice little updates have been done, including your man jumping off the bridge. Right, you know. In the box, man, good to see you. What is the story between you, Murph, and Jeppesen? He is really a scenery artist. He is. He's an absolute ledge. Jeppesen he followed the stream one day, way back when, and then he started doing the thing. Incredible. And he's a really, really nice guy. He's a gent. He's an absolute gentleman. We were drinking pints late into the hour, or early into the morning, do you know? But anyone who hasn't yet picked up Victoria Falls, it's not just the waterfall. He's included the entire region. So much so you can fly down the river and there's fellas on boats and there's helipads. It's an entire scenery pack. It's friggin' huge. It's huge. You can pick it up now. It's available to purchase over on Contrail, $17.95. And it's under the Parallel 42's branding now. 30 landable helipads, 23 miles of animated rapids. They've animals in there. There's the bridge. There's bus trips, 6 heliports with multiple starting locations. It's fantastic. It's a great scenery. So if you haven't got it already, lads, you have to check it out. It's brilliant. So moving on, Prop Air Flight have released Kaunas Airport for Microsoft Flight Sim. They have released a detailed recreation of Kaunas Airport. The release provides simmers with an accurate representation of one of the Baltic region's significant aviation hubs. Kaunas Airport began operations in 1988 and has grown steadily in importance. In 2022, it handled travel for 1.3 million passengers. And an expansion is planned for this year aimed at doubling the passenger capacity to 2 million. The expansion highlights the airport's increasing role in the region. Now we have a video to show you. It's located 14 kilometers northwest of Kaunas city, which is just about 100 miles or 100 kilometers left of Vilnius in Lithuania. It holds the position of Lithuania's second busiest airport and the fourth busiest in the Baltic states. Has 20 aircraft stands, 3,250 metre long runway and a 45 metre wide runway with 4 Echo ICAO reference code, capable of accommodating larger aircraft, which includes the Boeing 747. Right, so a little video here we can watch closely, or quickly rather, and let's check this one out. Big shout out to Aviation lads for making the movie. So it is a pretty airport, this one, lads. And we do have Vilnius from Simulations. Now we have Kaunas bursting onto the seams here as well by Prop Air Flight. So you can pick up this airport right now. It's over on simmarket.com and it's priced at around €13.80, about 14 euros give or take. And it gives you a great option to go flying around in Lithuania. So great stuff there. Now moving on, we have Nairobi's the Jomo Kenyatta International Airport. This is from iniBuilds. It released about a week or two ago. It has received an update, and again, we're going to be checking this one out shortly. If you're looking to expand your scenery portfolio on the African continent, well then look no further than iniBuilds. The addition brings an excellent recreation of the airport in Kenya's capital, Nairobi, to the sim. Africa has a unique and diverse landscape, offering simmers a world of exciting challenges and breathtaking sights to explore. And again, there's another video here showing off what this airport is all about. And we're going to have a look at it, as I said, here in a moment anyway. So we'll do one of these. And we shall check it out. So we're going to be checking this one out a little bit later in the stream. But look, at anything from iniBuilds, when it comes to their airports, absolutely incredible, like insane detail. So it's available right now through the iniBuilds website. You can pick it up for the price £14.99 plus taxes. And we'll check it out here on the stream now very shortly, right? So let's have a look here. Self-loading cargo has received an update at 1.6.4. Developer Lani Logic have issued a new update for self-loading cargo. The update adds a number of new features, most of which are related to the crew boarding and interaction. The update also contains several fixes and changes, including one that should increase the performance when using voice recognition. The update and also a subsequent hotfix are available right now through the self-loading cargo update. So anyone who has this, self-loading cargo I like to say it's like a mini game. Right, it's a way of loading your aircraft, getting the aircraft ready, talking to your cabin crew. The cabin is simulated, as in people are there. You have a manifest. You can see their names. Are they hungry? Are they thirsty? Are they going to the jacks? All that sort of jazz is there. They'll even rate your flight, and you can do all sorts of stuff. They'll react to your flying, if you're late, if you're early. This is like an ideal companion when it comes to your long haul flights. This will keep you busy in the sky. And self-loading cargo, it's up there with like Pack X. Self-loading cargo seems to be a little bit more feature rich, but they all kind of do the same. It's like a mini game that, you know, there's more to just flying the aircraft and talking to ATC, but you got to manage everything, right? And it puts you in control of your cabin crew. You can talk directly to them. You can talk directly to your passengers. And they also added voice activity as well, as in voice recognition, which is pretty cool. So there is an update there. Anyone who has self-loading cargo, do be sure to grab the update to 1.6.4, and I think the hotfix of 0.1 thrown on. Now, Combat Pilot Simulator project got an update. These guys were showcased at Flight Sim Expo, and it is work in progress. It's a hardcore combat flight simulator franchise set in the Second World War, and the development team currently developing the sim's initial release. It's around the Pacific Theatre back in the Second World War, specifically on the Battle of Midway. They're going to be expanding the sim to other areas in the war in later stages. One of these areas was teased during the presentation at Expo, and Jason Williams, the executive producer of the project, got to show the thing off in all its glory. He's no stranger to the flight simulator scene. He was previously the CEO of 777 Studios, known for the successful IL-2 Great Battles and Rise of Flight franchises. The Combat Pilot made an appearance last week at Expo in Vegas, where the team gave a presentation about the project. Just a few days ago, Jason already released a status update on Combat Pilot Discord, which gave us the most complete looking previews of the project so far. And let's just have a look at them. Their aircraft looks absolutely class. There's great attention to detail. It's a combat sim. You know, you go flying around, blowing stuff up and shooting. And it's an interesting theatre of war because, well, you know, the Battle of Midway, aircraft carrier stuff, and you know what I mean? All sorts of bejesus. You know, to Blaze, good to see you, man. One of the screenshots, we can see an F4 Wildcat eagerly waiting to take to the skies, standing on the deck of the USS Enterprise, which is down there somewhere. But yeah, it's coming together very, very well. So you can see here what they're working off, a brief history of what they're working on. DirectX 12, they have ray tracing in there. They have PBR. They've been working on the game mechanics, of course, flight and damage modeling, peripheral support, including track IR, Tobii, VR, motion. All the jazz is going to be there. And then they have, you know, content development, research, carrier operations, beta testing, all that sort of stuff goes in there as well. They do have a Discord channel if you want to stay up to date, but yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what's going to be added in. We are expecting third-party content creators to be creating DLC for this new simulator as well. So fingers crossed this thing. I mean, it looks great. So let's see how they manage to pull this one off. I think they're aiming for a 2025 release for this one. So it looks great. Now, the next bit of news, I needed to cover this. I thought this was important. It's in the land of X-Plane. Now, Microsoft Flight Sim users, we are aware of a program called Your Controls. This program is called Shared Flight, and it works in some ways a little bit similar, but in a lot of ways very different because, dare I say, this is higher upper end technology, what they're doing. The idea is it's a revolutionary multi-crew experience inside the world of X-Plane. And basically what it is, you can load in multiple crews. So you could be pilot flying, your buddy could be pilot not flying, your other buddy, but you don't really talk to him that much, well, he could be your navigator. And then the person you just met down, you know, O'Connell's Lane, well, they could be in the cabin crew. But it allows everyone to connect seamlessly into the one sim, so everyone can see everyone, and you're now doing these shared flight experiences. It's very, very interesting. I haven't tried it yet, but I'm hearing great things, and I reached out to the developer moments ago to ask a very poignant question. Poignant question, that's a new word. I said, shared flight, love what you're doing, but tell me, is there any scope for Microsoft Flight Simulator? And the response was, well, if this gets a positive reaction, right, and, you know, people seem to want it, well, it is possible. From the developers of Shared Flight, they need the aircraft developers to consider this when they build their aircraft, right? Because you could build an aircraft and say, okay, well, you can sit in this seat or sit in that seat, and that's kind of it. But these guys need kind of controls to be opened up to them, so it doesn't matter where you sit, you can access different controls. I'm not quite sure exactly what they need, but there is a requirement for developers to work with these guys, give them a bit of a helping hand to say, hey, we're going to make our aircraft compatible and you can go ahead and do the stuff. So what are we talking about here? With Shared Flight and new friends, you can truly simulate real workloads, operate complex airliners with 3 or more people, cruise or buzz around the pattern cross-country in a GA aircraft. Right? It has SimBrief integration, zero network setup. You just connect it. You're just connected and it works. No more having to twist your friend's arm into buying something before sharing the new joy of flying together. So think how the license works is one person buys the license and then they can invite people in. So you have this free one, join flights as crew or passenger, full functionality when crew access website and content. Okay. Basic then, create flights and fly anytime. One free tier user can be crew. And then you have the premium. And these are monthly charges. Again, I need to see how this thing is all going to work, but it's very, very interesting because some aircraft developers, the likes of say Hot Start and even Tolus, they kind of built in, they've built in their own ways of having shared flights, which is pretty cool, right? This, however, seems to be doing an awful lot more, and they've included a number of different aircraft that work right out of the box. But anyway, anyone on X-Plane, keep an eye out for this. Shared Flight, it's due to release very, very soon. And where is this one here now? The basic plan has a 3-day free trial, so people can sign up and give Shared Flight a try this coming weekend. So if you have X-Plane and you want to do these shared flights, Great stuff. It is released. Ah, come on, Joshy. It is released. So it's already released, so you can grab it. So Josh is there in chat, lads. A321 Josh. He's working with these guys. So if any questions, maybe point them over to Josh. Josh, thank you for coming in here. But yeah, really interested to see how this thing works. Because, as I said, for a lot of us on Microsoft Flight Sim, your controls is there. And it depends on the aircraft. It kind of works or kind of doesn't work. This seems to be a game changer in terms of giving you the chance to fly along with your buddy or buddies on a flight. Just think about it now, the 777 by Flight Factor, let's say, and it's all coded and up to date and released, well, you could do a very long flight. It would be great, though, to see this in the world of Microsoft Flight Sim, without a shadow of a doubt.
Jesus.
Right? So yeah, great news there. Now, Virpil, they've previewed some new Cadet Series products, and these guys were at Expo as well. It's a new throttle and grip, the first product in the series. Undoubtedly exciting news for those that require the most of their hardware. Virpil has not forgotten about the more casual simmer. This is great news. They've announced their Cadet series, right? And released the first product in the lineup, the VPC Cadet VMAX throttle. At Expo, the developer shared 3 more products that are coming to the Cadet series, which will complete the setup. So basically, the new Cadet series was their new throttle, right? It wasn't like the big fancy throttle. It was just a throttle. And if you wanted to get extra controls for buttons and switches, you could. But the idea being is it means that they can lower the price of entry to getting onto the Virpil equipment, right? And I can tell you, I use Virpil. I have a Virpil Constellation and a Warbird base. And like the update or the upgrade over my Thrustmaster gear, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. The sensors are better. It feels better. It's more ergonomic. And there is an absolute ton of buttons and switches and hat switches and the devil knows what. There's a lot of stuff, right? So Virpil, very, very good. This is exciting because it means that it's going to lower the cost of entry of getting the Virpil stuff. It's called the Cadet series. And this is it here. The next product then is going to be the Cadet Control Max panel. It's a lightweight panel offering basic control panel features such as switches and encoders, as well as an axes, gear and flap levers. Look at this, lads. That looks terribly nice. Ooh, he said, right? Landing gear, flaps, miniature kind of MacDewey kind of a system there if you wanted to use it. And I like what Virpil are doing, right? They're not the cheapest in the market by a long shot, but man, are they good. Brand new pedals coming into the 4A here as well. So all the talk around hardware, it's all about force feedback or haptech and all this sort of jazz. Well, Virpil are going another way. They're going to try and make it a little bit cheaper. To put a comparison, I think the current throttles are about 370 quid ex VAT. The new Cadet series are about 220 ex VAT. Considerable saving, right? So yeah, interesting news there from Virpil. Now, sticking with this, Moza have opened up their pre-orders, and which I'm sure you all saw this thing. This is the AB9 base. This is the force feedback base. Pre-order for €599 or £549 or $549. That's the Europeans are getting absolutely bashed out of it. But anyway, this bit of hardware, it's a base and your joystick, Virpil, Thrustmaster, they'll all work. You drop your joystick into this base and now you have force feedback and 12 newtons of peak torque, right? So it's quite strong. You go back to the days of the Microsoft Sidewinder 2, there was about, I think, 2 newtons of torque, right? Wouldn't be enough to kind of do anything. But anyway, pre-orders have now started. You can also add in your own flight stick if you wish. You can buy it directly from Moza, and this is for €169, and it looks the job, right? I mean, it's metal, aluminium alloy construction, detachable modular components, and it looks the job. So for an extra 100 and odd quid, you can get the other gadget as well. It also had the Axis module. If you want extensions and all this sort of stuff, you'll see it all over there. But do check out the Moza website because it looks very, very good. Here you can see their equipment loaded up, and we saw it at Expo. It was brilliant, right? When do they plan to ship? They expect within the next 4 to 6 weeks from now. They'll ship it in 4 to 6 weeks. Right, moving on abruptly. VATSIM events over the weekend. There's one here in particular. We have Safari Nights. ATC in the region will be going from Nairobi. So great way with the release of iniBuilds. So there is an event happening on Saturday between 18 and 2100, or sorry, 17 and 2000 Zulu, and it's going to be flying in and around Africa. And Nairobi is included there. So if you want to go flying with full ATC coverage, Tanzania, Rwanda, Burundi, Kenya, Ethiopia, and Djibouti, it's all going to be staffed by FSReborn, so do be sure to check it out. Now, in our last bit of news, we're going to have a look here quickly at the FireFly Air leagues, because, well, yous are flying like mad. One of the busiest days I've ever seen on our radar was the other day. Tons of people were flying. And well, as we can see, it's all happening now. So the airline itself, it's getting close, right? Our target is 3 million. We're up on 2.8 million. There's going to be a new hub coming into the foray very, very soon. And we'll keep an eye on that over the next coming days. And let's see what happens. So great stuff. Do be sure to check out the leagues. Massive shout out to Kieran and to Rambog, who keep all the leagues up to date, and then Gibbo with the overall looking after the website. Incredible stuff here, and it's great to see you guys flying. Where am I in the list of things? Ah, Jesus, I'm 5th place in the road to glory. Come on, you devil, go up the yard. But yeah, a lot of fun, this one. So do be sure to check it out. So, right, before we jump over, we have a few moments. Raul will be joining us in about 15 minutes, lads. FS Reborn will be in. But before Raul joins us, well, here we are with the Curtis C46. And as I said, released now in the sim. There's a couple of nice features with this from Airplane Heaven, right? I mean, you can see we got a ton of static objects. The door is open. There's a Jeep on the ground. We got ladders, chocks, fire extinguishers, right? There's quite a nice bit of stuff going on here. And Airplane Heaven, like, visually, you can't fault this aircraft. It looks great. You know, rambling towards the main engines here, it looks very, very detailed, doesn't it? The cut of that. And to me, this is where, you know, this is where we get good value in the sim, because this is priced at $15 or €15. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. So it comes with a couple of liveries. I imagine there's going to be a ton of new liveries available very, very soon. But the Curtis C46, it's a big machine altogether. So we'll jump inside the cockpit and let's see what we can do. So welcome to the cockpit. And well, isn't it mad, right? So your viewpoint is a fair bit behind the nose here. But looking around, as you can see, you know, it's very clearly laid out. You can see what everything does. Nice texture work here in the back as well. You can't actually get into the back of the aircraft. You can't get into the cabin, which is a bit of a problem. But again, you can see that it's all modelled. It looks very, very nice. So we're going to close the rear door. We're going to click on this cargo stand here. There she be. And what else do we need to do? We're going to close the side door. And we have a switch up on top here that removes all the ground elements. So that's us here now with all the stuff turned off. Brilliant. So we're going to start off with the batteries, and let's get an idea of what the sounds are going to be like, right? So let me see. Floodlight, turned it on. Anti-ice inverters, swing them on. Lights, we're going to turn these on as well. And let's come down here now to, oh jeez, we don't want them anyway. Position, instrument, turn those off. We want mixtures are on. We're going to put our props to full. Throttle is here. We have another click spot here if you want to disappear or reappear the pilot. It's on the friction stop, just a little button there you can press. What else do we have down here now? Jesus. Superchargers, nice. Park and brake is in. Don't know what that does. We'll figure that one out in a while. Fuel tanks. Be the Janie. Let's just pretend they're already on. I haven't flown this yet. Let me see here now. Trim wheel. Yes. That looks all grand. Landing lights. Brilliant. You have to extend and retract them. And then we have our park and brake then as well. So in terms of fuel, that's oxygen regulator. So that's our oxygen running. Sweet. Do we have two of those? We do. Only one is model though. What's over here on the right hand side? Oh, Jesus, what does that do? Recognition lights. We can play with those as well. Nice. Anything behind us, I don't think we can do much with. There's no kind of buttons or switches here we can play with. Onto the overhead now. Let's have a look. So generators, grand. Don't know what up here. Engine starter. So mags can come on. We'll try and start the right hand first. So what do we do? Do we prime it? And then we mesh and start. Isn't it? I think it is. No, we're missing a trick here, Worf. Oh no, we're not. It's trying to start. It's like there's no fuel getting in. Okay, there's fuel. There we cowl flaps. Boost pumps. Is there a switch to the fuel? Did anyone see it? That's fuel. Another cross feeds. Right now. Does it have... It has kind of a military livery. You know what I mean? It's trying to start. She's no fuel. That's ignition. Where'd your fuel live, Murph? Don't panic! Circuit breakers are up on top. If I was fuel, where'd I live? Boost control, brake control, cross feeds, feather. We don't need a feather. What do these guys do? Nose up, nose down, trims maybe? Red and yellow valves. Who said that? They're a genius! Okay, I tried to start it, but then it didn't. Prime it, mesh it, and start it. Prime it, mesh it, and start it. Right, so fuel, right? Right, there sounds. Alright, it worked. We hope. By the way, there is actually a book. You know, if you're that way inclined, you need to go looking for it. But there is a full manual available. You have to go into your Microsoft Flight Sim folder, into the One Store folder, and then you'll find all the jazz in here. 17 pages of getting you used to the manual. So the RTFM in you can be relieved when they find it, yeah? Listen, instructions? We don't use instructions. Where's the fun in that? You know, we learn by breaking, right? But yeah, there's a fair bit of information there.
Refund?
There's no refunds. Now, let me see. Lights as well. So let's... where's the landing lights? They were down here, weren't they? Extend and extend. Okay, so there's your lights dropping out of the wing. That's kind of nice. Let's have a listen to the sounds here briefly.
Studies, you know, 60% of the time it works every time.
It's a little bit quiet. What's you like inside now? They're not bad sounds, to be fair, right? When we talk about the texture work, it is nicely detailed. There's certainly a couple of areas, I'm sure, you know, always
this big E just
always room for improvement. But no, this is pretty nice, lads. And again, it's the price point. It's the price point, right? Now, attempting to fly this thing isn't going to bode well, but you get the idea, right? It's a pretty airplane if you're into that sort of thing. I like it. I think it's a nice looking machine. It's better if you remember the Strato Cruiser or the Strato Liner, right? It's better than that. You know, it ain't bad at all, lads. It ain't bad at all. So yeah, this is something I will take for a flight soon-ish. But not tonight. Because we're far too busy. But the C46, it's not the worst sounding. It's a little bit quiet. I will give it that, right? It's a little bit quiet. $8.39 with a discount. It's incredible value. Incredible value. You are getting a lot of options here. As I said, like the static elements alone.
Hello there.
Right? Between opening doors and all this sort of jazz, and go on up here and put this little dude in. Like, you have a lot of cool stuff here. And it'd be great to see a couple of more liveries now for this thing, and I think we're going to be laughing. But I think this is good. This is good, right? So the C-46 Commando, I see me doing a couple of flights in this soon. It's a big, heavy airplane. So yeah, the flight model is definitely going to be the question to work on. But yeah, thought that was very nice. So while we're here, lads, we're going to press some buttons because I want to check out Nairobi Airport before Raul joins us. Raul is going to be here now in a minute. But this is Nairobi Airport, and it's from iniBuilds. So we'll start off with the control tower. And as you can see, when it comes to iniBuilds, the level of detail these lads go into, it's amazing. It's amazing, right? So we'll go into the control tower, and everything here is fully modelled, which is great to see. The interior is done as well. Jesus, old Francine, isn't she only delighted to be there? Look, she's delighted. And there's a fella reading the manual about the Curtis. But anyway, again, look, nicely detailed, right? Very nice. Great viewpoints from the tower. The tower's huge, isn't it? It's absolutely massive. And Jesus, you'd never think we're in Nairobi at all. What's it like with the nighttime lighting? It's subtle, but it works. Hey, it's not bad. What do you think, lads? Not bad at all. Okay. Let us continue on with our endeavours, and let's go check out the airport. So it's a big site. The airport itself, it's friggin' huge. And like, look at the detailing down here. So this is over by the cargo area. Oh no, this is Terminal 2. Ah, brilliant! Ah, Jesus, I didn't even have to spend more than 2 minutes looking. Ladies and gentlemen, we've just seen something absolutely brilliant. iniBuilds have included a Skoda, baby. Listen, let's just be honest. It's the best scenery there ever was in the history of all sceneries. I'm just saying, it's brilliant, right? They've included a Skoda. Skodas they're taking over, lads. Jesus, look at the 47. Look at that, the 46. That looks savage there. So right, we're checking out the details. Java Express, look. There's the lads. Here comes Finton. What does he have? French fries and some coffee. Come on.
That's a big 10-4, good buddy.
Let's call him Benjamin. Look at this. I love all of this stuff. Look. iFly, Premier Airlines, Uganda Airlines, 748. I love seeing all the signage and all that. It's pretty good, isn't it? Matley, thank you very much indeed. Welcome in. How are you? You eating a donut? Well, for some lads, isn't it? Well, for some. Right, now we're over here. Let's look at the detail. Isn't it nice? So we'll come on over this way now. So this is Terminal 2. And again, look at the car parking and the trees and everything. It's highly detailed. Highly, highly detailed. Now, is there an interior here? I would think not. No. So Terminal 2, there's no interior done. But that's, we'll check out the main terminal here now in a moment. And this is on the air side of it as well. Buses and all this sort of stuff. Jesus, it's not bad, sure it's not. The trees are done really nice. That's that hotel, is it? Sky Chefs. There you are now, lads. That's where they make all the grub. And looking at the scenery itself, look how big it is. The site is huge. As in the airport itself, it is massive. Huge runway, because the elevation up here is quite big as well. We'll ramble straight across the road to the other side. Let's have a look here now, lads. So, oh yeah, look at this. Look at the size of the hangar, look. And again, it's the detail, like it's the whole airport done. I love seeing this because it's somewhere you can go exploring. You know what I mean? If it was just a couple of buildings, yeah, it's grand. But like when they add in the little details, you're exploring the place. I don't know, is this like the cargo part? Or maybe this is there a military side of the airport? I'll tell you. Looks very good though. Check the fence at the airport. The airport has a perimeter fence. And Skodas, I'm telling you lads. Absolutely brilliant, right? Brilliant. What's this over here now? It's another hangar. So suppose it'd be great to see if the hangars if you had interiors. That's something that is missing. And I wish scenery developers would do that. Start making hangar interiors that we can customize a little bit. Because now it'll become our own home airport. Just an idea. And if you like that idea, if you're a developer, well, just Smurf. You're a genius. Double perimeter fencing, right? That's the level we're at here, lads. Right, let's ramble across and we shall check out the main terminal. And, Jesus, it's big, lads, isn't it? So look at the detail in here. Look at the suffering state. The thing is done in a big circle, look. So we'll ramble in. We'll come in the front door, look. Yes, yes, yes. Now, look at the detailing, right? I don't know what they're supposed to be. They're... That poor old devil fell over, look. Oh, look, there's people standing over him. Interesting. Plenty of signage, right? The Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission. Go on, the Kenyans, a great bunch of lads. All the signage. Pretty good. Car park, multi-story car park. Discover the world of Kenya Airways. Look at that, isn't that class looking, isn't it? International arrivals now. Look at this. Yes. Now, is there an interior? I don't think there is. Maybe there is. I don't know. So that's the international arrivals. Well, we'll continue on. Keep going straight on, Murph. And let's see what we can see here. Isn't the detailing beautiful? Look. All the flags and jazz. What's the nighttime lighting over here? Look. Oh, yeah, it's not bad at all, is it? Not bad at all, lads. This is a nice airport. Right, bring back up the light into daytime. And into the jetway. Oof. So we have an interior. Nice. This is pretty cool. Ah, no, it's a dead end. Ah, Jesus. Right, we'll come in this way now. There's another Skoda. Ah, sure, that's fantastic. All the flags as well, look. Jesus. So look at this crack with the terminal, look. It's completely rounded. Now, is there an interior? No, there's no interior. Parts of it have an interior, but all this kind of roundy bit doesn't. That's interesting, isn't it? There's great architecture here, though. Look at the detailing. Ah, yes. Jesus. Shukrani Kokachoko. Nawe Kila Wakati. Basically just saying, hello, Kate. It's me, the guy from the bar. Right, what else do we have? Beautiful pictures over here, look. Beautiful. Okay, let's go airside. So we have the jetways. Oh, we have an interior here, look. Yes. So you have an interior. There's Africa Live. And live on African News. Right. Brilliant. Brilliant. Oh, Jesus, there's a fair bit of interior work done. Oh, yeah, we'll take this. This is nice, isn't it? I love the desk. Look at the check-in desk. That's brilliant, isn't it? Hammer Nails, thank you very much indeed. Jesus, 18 months, my dude. Cheers, man. And here's reporting live is Mandamanano Azamio. She's talking about the sport. Talking about the sport. And here's another fella. That's actually very good the way they included that. Isn't it? Cold Nebo, thank you very much indeed. Jesus, 33 months. Thank you very, very much indeed. What do you think, lads? It's good, isn't it? It's an airport. It's a panda. It's a giraffe. Your t-shirt says guess. But yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm liking that. So that's the main terminal, and it's all rounded looking. That class looking. This had we use this as a hub. This is a hub for FireFly. Right, let's move on. We have the fire station. Nice, nicely detailed. Yes, yes, yes. And now we have the cargo area, neck of the woods. This is where you're going to be flying your MD-11s into, lads. DHL, right? Kenya Airways cargo, brilliant. The cargo centre. Emirates Sky Cargo. Jesus, Emirates are based here. Interesting. Isn't it huge? And here's some more custom buildings down here. So they've actually dropped in a couple of landmark buildings. I couldn't tell you what they are now, but it looks nice, doesn't it? Yes. What do you think, lads? They've even modelled a bus. Or a truck. No, they haven't. Never mind. What a huge airport. Well done, iniBuilds. This is class. I'm well impressed with this, lads. Do you like it? There's no FireFly Air posters. I'll have to talk to them. Lads, will you arrange that for us, please? Swissport are in here as well. Jesus, look at the detail here, look. Remember they gave us remember they shared a picture of the loading bay. That's what it was, look. It's like you're playing road truck or truck sim. It's very good, isn't it? I'm well impressed with this. Parallax glass does the job. The cargo terminal. I can just see us doing a long haul cargo flight into here. You know what I mean? So there we have it. Nairobi Airport from iniBuilds. It is available right now, lads. Oh wow, look at the state of it. The big line in the window. He's not sleeping tonight, I can tell you. Jesus, that's actually class looking, isn't it? How did they manage to do that? I imagine that's not an easy thing to do in the sim. Jesus, they scared the life out of me. Anne and Brianne, right? That's very, very good. I like that. So you have your interiors and it's just done very, very well, isn't it? It's not done well. Well done, iniBuilds. Great effort there. So the airport is available to buy right now from iniBuilds. You can pick it up over on their website, and it is priced at a £17.99, €21 or $22.75. Very good, very good. Right, it's now time to do a thing because I don't like I don't like keeping people waiting, but I always keep people waiting. So we're going to reload back in here because we're going to be joined here now, friends, in a moment by our good old pal, buddy old pal, Raul. So hang on a second. I'm just going to set things up over here, lads, and well, it'll be grand, right? Don't worry about anything. I've got this. So how do I do this, Raul? Oh yeah, right. I'm going to press a button. Here's our sounds. And let's give it a moment. We are ringing Raul. It's like the 98 FM cash call. Right? Am I going to clean up the office? What? What's wrong with my office? There's Raul. Hang on 2 seconds now. No one can see you, but they can hear you. But you look great. Hang on there now. We fix this. Okay, here's buttons down. Ah, Jesus, this is brilliant, lads. This is Murphy Live. Now, is it a display or a window? It's a window capture, isn't it? Yes. So we're going to call this one Discord. Yes. And we're going to press that button. And there's Raul looking like an absolute boss. And we're going to tidy things up over here. And look at you in your fancy background. And now we move. Yeah, jeez, this is coming together terribly well. I think that kind of works. I think that works. Raul, it's great to see you. You look absolutely fantastic. And I love your background. Good evening, mate. How are you?
I'm good and good. Nice to see you again.
Indeed. I haven't changed a bit.
A couple of weeks ago.
I haven't changed a bit. So tell me, exciting news at Expo. You were right next door to Alex from SWS and you had your stand there and you were showing off some really, really beautiful images of what you're working on. So how did FlightSim Expo go for you? I mean, was it everything you expected it to be?
Yes, it was. It was everything that I expected to be. Got all the news I wanted to hear from Microsoft and conversations that I wanted to have with them in the background. And then I met you and all the content creators and the sharing of information with all developers and things, which is what is the most valuable for us, really, when we go to the show. Mm-hmm. Of course, connecting with customers is important, but I feel like I am all the time online talking to people that it's not much difference, right?
It's 100%. And you got back then. You went home. I'm sure I was talking to you. You went home Sunday night.
Sorry?
Did you go home Sunday night? You were packing up and you were like, I'm leaving straight away.
Yes. Basically, I put the boot down and head to the airport.
My God.
Pretty much.
So tell me, the last time you were on, we were chatting, of course, about we had the FS or 500. You were bringing updates to the Sting S4 and also a handful of other projects that you're working on. So it's a roadmap. You have a roadmap. I mean, you have a plan. Correct. This is what you want to be working on. So, well, start at the beginning. What are you planning?
Well, I'm planning so many stuff that we could be speaking here for years. So the idea today is to answer questions from people on the chat, of course, because I know they have some. At the same time, give the clarity of the 3 upcoming products that are public knowledge. Mm-hmm. I have a lot of products that are not public knowledge yet. So the first that people are going to see this year is going to be the little sister of the Sting S4 called the Sirius TL3000.
Okay.
that should be coming out probably in a month and a half or two. We're pretty close.
Oh, nice.
We're on alpha, but all the bugs that were identified on alpha are very small. So all we're doing is cleaning up the 3D model a little bit, the rendering of the materials, and adjusting the flight model in accordance with the pilot, because he flew with one of my moderators in Netherlands, and they did a couple of flights and recorded it all for me. And funny enough, he told me that I need to change my flight model and make it more twitchy, which I found a little bit like, what are you talking about, more twitchy? Yes, I want you to make it more sensitive on the controls, because on the real aircraft, being an ultralight is incredibly sensitive, and I need you to make it more sensitive. And we started laughing internally, because normally people complain about that kind of things when we release products, and this time they're telling me that I have to do it more twitchy. So it was a little bit okay, I'm not sure if that's gonna fly well, but that's what he says it is, right?
Brilliant.
So that would be the first. It's a very fun aircraft to fly, because it's very light. It weighs around 300 kilograms again, but it's a high wing, so it's very similar to a Cessna. Maybe you can show a picture. Well, I have shown a couple on my channel.
And this is what way did you refer to it? This is the baby brother of the FSR or the Sting?
It's a baby brother of the Sting.
Ah, the Sting. Okay.
I'm sending you a picture on Discord so you can share it, so people can kind of see it.
Cool. Imagine if you got that wrong and you sent me something you shouldn't. Imagine, right? I mean, it'd be hilarious.
It's okay.
Right?
I will tell you, this is confidential. Shut up.
So the picture of you and your jocks, right? That's okay. We got that one, right?
Yeah. So that one is the same company that did the Sting S4. The interesting thing about this plane that it comes in two versions, because they have the wheel version and they have a floating version as well.
Okay.
And I'm planning to bring both. So the first version that we're gonna release is the normal wheel version, as you see there. And that one will come on Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020, and then we will update it for 2024 as soon as 2024 is out. And part of the update will be free, and then you will get the floater with it immediately on 2024. The reason that I'm leaving the floater version for 2024 is because what we saw when we were on Expo, how they changed the water physics, right? You saw how the boats are actually sinking into the water and doing that kind of thing. So I have a suspicion that they really fixed a lot of stuff regarding the water physics, and it makes more sense to bring the floater version then for 2024, because they will behave much better, right? And it was going to be incredibly fun, because all the new stuff that are added to 2024 regarding water activities and things, it will help to have these little ultralight going around, and landing on lakes and any sort of things that you want, and you can now come out of the plane and walk and explore. That's one of the new features of 2024 that is confirmed. As I was told by Asobo, and they said, yeah, you can share the information because they said it.
Oh, nice.
Right, so that will be releasing very shortly. After that, people will see the Phenom 300E, of course. You have a video of it.
I have a video of this, yes.
Yes. Now, that video you're going to share is the Alpha version 1, which will change entirely, because we did now Alpha version 2. One of the things that happened to me in this particular project is that the 300E is very similar to the 300, but at the same time very different in the cockpit, right? So when we put the real pilots of the plane testing it, they told me all the differences. So I had to send it back to the 3D artists and say, well, we have to change a lot of stuff. And then we discovered a little bit of nagging issues in Microsoft Flight Simulator with certain things that I wanted to have much more detail. And then we started changing the exterior as well with new techniques that we learned to make it much better. So, although this looks great, Alpha 2 will look even better than this, because I already changed it with the help of the pilots. These will take a little bit long for people to see it for sale. The reason is because I'm doing things properly, right? We're currently gathering all the engine information, which is very hard because the way that these business jet work is that they have a computer system called FADEC, which controls the engines, so you don't suffer from too many failures when, like on turboprops, you can suffer from engine hot starts and that kind of things, where FADEC takes control of this when you're starting the engines and when you're operating the engines to keep you engines under regulation. The way that these computers work is very secretive between business operators, and is incredibly hard to get the data. So the only way that we are able to get the required data is by recording real flights. And we gather a good number of private owners that owns the plane, and with the help of one of the pilots that fly this daily, it works for a company that have lots of this. I don't want to disclose the name for his protection, obviously. And then what we're doing is we're recording the flights that these people are doing all the time around the world.
Wow.
And that is helping me to build a matrix of information where I can have the information on how the engines behave in different weather environments. So, like, for example, ice and normal, you have some information on the POH, plus the flight that they do, and then I assemble that information again into a matrix, and then I create my own engine simulation.
This is similar to what you did with the 500, because
correct,
you could follow the POH and they'll give you the published figures, but when you gave it to real world pilots, they were like, forget that, man, don't mind that, this is what the plane actually does. So you're building that same code, if you like, into the Phenom to say this behaves like the actual aircraft more than just what the POH says. That's awesome.
With M500 we have some information. With the Phenom I have less on the POH. So we're relying on real data from real 300E versions. And I need to do what is called data engineering, because I have to cover for some gaps that are inevitable, right? But with that, we believe we can reach between 92 to 95% accuracy, probably, which is close enough for the price point that I'm going with this, right? so it's not like, I can't make it 100% because it's impossible. The only people that can do 100% will be calling aerospace only, if they build themselves a simulator, because it's the people that have the data of the FADEC. Nobody else does. Not even Embraer has that data, for example.
I was thinking that because the FADEC changes from engine and airframe as well. So even what's on the 300 or the 3000, the 100, the 200, and the 300 Phenoms, they're all different FADECs. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it was different. So that will help to create the aircraft engine accuracy. But obviously, like on the M500, you can expect a full module with failures, with everything. Every single circuit breaker is going to be coded. The failures that the pilots get on IRL, they text me every time they get one.
Oh, wow.
So I have a compilation, so I know what goes wrong with a jet on normal operations. Some of them will be optional, obviously, on the tablet, like I do always. We say, I want to have these crazy failure that these people have. For example, the aircon. The aircon of this aircraft fails a lot. And one of the things that one of the pilots complain all the time, again, this idiot aircon is gone, and it's so hot where I am right now. So you can enable this kind of what we would call normal custom failures that they face on the tablet, and as well others I'm planning to implement when you misbehave with a product, right? So even when you have a FADEC, you can still break it, right? Because you could do things wrong, not following the checklist, not following proper procedures, and that's planned to be done. So you could have engine fires, you could have engine failures. One of the things I'm planning, for example, is that you will need to perform the ITIs properly, right? When you are on call operations.
Mm-hmm.
And if you fail to do so, are going to simulate that chunks of ice just came out of the wing and it was ingested by the engine, and then that's it.
What?
Gone now, right? So that's one of the example of the kind of things that this thing is going to have. So that's the plan with it. So it will take me a while.
Yeah.
I would say probably 6-7 months, and that is not on writing on a stone. I'm going to do it good and well because I think it's needed. I think the market requires a business jet with that kind of level of features, right? Just like we did with the M500.
And tell me, Raul, as well from the M500. I mean, are you planning to put in the creature comforts, the pilot simulation?
Yes. So that's the thing that I wanted to explain as well during the interview with the roadmap. What I've been doing with each aircraft I release is build a bit of kit technology, which is modular, right? So when we released the S4, there was something underneath that is kind of the maintenance module persistences and on failures, which I can extend, but I don't have to write from zero, right?
Yeah.
I just extend it and adapt it to each kind of plane. With M500, we built what was not only extended the failures and persistent module, but I built what is called the ground operations, right? Which contains all these trucks and the cars coming in and passenger simulations and that kind of thing. So now I can reuse that for the Phenom and extend it again to make it better. So that's planned in conjunction with what is being developed with Microsoft 2024. I believe I can do it much better. This is one of the questions I asked York when we were on Expo. You saw me run into the microphone.
You beat me to it.
Because on the trailer, you can see someone coming out of the building, and then he appears inside the plane sitting, the passenger, the VIP. So they say that he needed to confirm, but he believed the answer was yes, I can hook up directly into that. And if that's the case, then that would be the extent then of the technology, right? I built already the ground ops that can do all those kind of things, but in the cars, but in the stuff. And I will hook up now the VIPs coming out of the buildings or whatever it is, and then walk into the jet.
Like it could be the case that you call up the car, the passengers are in the car, they get out the car, walk up to the airplane,
exactly,
climb on board, and then sit down. Yeah. That's pretty awesome. Yeah, I love that.
And building the plane on 3D is not the heartbeat. Is really doing all these systems and all kind of stuff, right? So the ground up will be fairly quick because it's what I already have. But I'm building something else, which is a secret that this is going to have in addition to those ground ups.
Okay.
This is being built in conjunction with Jeppesen that you were doing the news earlier. He's helping me to build something that's going to come with this.
So tell me, would I be right in saying this will be a world first in flight simulation or a world first in Microsoft Flight Sim?
I don't know, because one of the things that I avoid to do is to use all the products, and I don't like using all the products. I like focusing on my ideas in a way that I'm not comparing to anybody else, because then I feel they're unique. It might be that I do something similar to somebody else, but I was not aware, right? Because I don't fall into that trap. Like, if you see my hangar, I don't own anything. I only own my stuff because I want to focus on what people say they would like to have from communities and things, and then I just build around it. I think it's a first kind of on Microsoft Flight Simulator.
Nice.
But we will see how it goes. And the price point of this product will be around $36 to $38. That's really what I'm aiming for.
Nice.
So I want to keep as well accessible to everybody, and they able to have the experiences. So that module that this is gonna have is kind of what I call the VIP business experience module. That will give that kind of immersion to the product that you own it or that you work for someone that have these kind of planes in masses and then you fly people around.
Nice.
And that's the stage. So that's when it's going to take longer, really, to build because it's the tech. But that tech is very important because it's going to be used as well by 727 in the future, right? So every single plane that I bring over, it I take around 6 months to build a new module of technology that then I can reuse with everything else that's coming over. I have around 10 planes on the roadmap. I just give into the inside of 3, right? Because they are the first one that are coming on the pipeline. But there are others I have even with other partners that we already have on the pipeline that will come in through. So what's happening at FS Reborn is this technology that I'm building helps me to become more efficient as time goes by because I have more modular technology that I can put together. So what people will be experiencing from 2025 onwards is that I will be able to release 2 or 3 planes per year, because instead of having to waste all the time again to build something, I will be able to pack things together and then put it on. So my plan is to build 1 complex aircraft and 1 simple one, and that way I can release 2 or 3, right? So it could be 2 simple planes and 1 complex. So as example, this year the simple plane is a TL3000, and the complex will be Phenom. Next year will be 727, right, as a complex, plus something secrets that have that will be coming less difficult. And then it will reach a stage where even releasing another business jet like this will be for me the simple one, because I have all the modular technology already underneath, and then all I do is to apply the same methodology of working to achieve the high quality results and things.
It's a great plan, as you say. Like you're doing the framework, you're building up a foundation that'll allow you then to pretty much put any template into that and build it up from there. But when it comes to the Phenom, Raul, like, because I remember when you were working on the 500 and the passion behind that. I mean, the countless hours you spend working on these aircraft. Has the Phenom been something refreshing? Have you found in this a new challenge or?
Well, the challenge on this was that when I wanted to sit and start building on the system, we were hit with SUA-15.
Yeah.
And we had to pause it and then just focus on the 3D area only, which the pilots and the Alpha team priced me 89 tickets or something of things that I wanted to change on the 3D.
Wow.
When I did it all, I have to pay the entire hours for it. But I think it's worth it because the changes were really, really sensible. And it made the product better, right? So now I have to take that 3D and reanimate everything because it changed so much that I have to do it again. So that's the next stage after I do some things to the TL3000. So I move it to beta, then I go into Phenom, working on it while the guys have a go at beta or TL3000. I release TL3000, and then I will go full time working on the Phenom. I expect the same amount of hours, not doing the kind of same things, but doing the tech that I'm discussing. Because building the engine and the engine is just now getting the new matrix in the code that I already have. And it works. And building the pressurization system, the pilots are going to explain to me how it works. And then I have already a custom pressurization system I did for the FSR 500. It's just adjusting it, right? So it takes me less time, but at the same time, I use the same kind of period of allocated hours so I can build new technology, so I make something better every time. So every time that I release something tops it up, right? Either I tops it up with a much more advanced product, like an airliner, or I top it up by something like this and bringing you a new level of experiences. That the way I feel is that a lot of people believe they can fly a private jet, like it happened with FSR 500, and they didn't follow the checklist, and then they were hit in the face with all sort of stuff. And I hope that my customer base now learned that when I say on the wizard initialization on the product the first time, I say, "Are you sure you want failures enabled?" They will think this time, I say, "Well, maybe not. Let me read the manual before I put all this on."
Just like,
right?
Are you sure? I keep asking, "Are you sure? Are you sure?"
Yeah,
right?
But I did. I asked them like 5 times, and yeah, they all said yes. So this time, I'm hoping that they take down board, and then they have the required time to get acclimatized, because it's not just sitting flipping buttons. You have to do things in the right way, or things are gonna go wrong. Right?
Okay, so
that's a plan with the Phenom.
That's the Phenom. So now the Phenom
Yeah.
was there. We saw you showcase that, but I think this I won't say the star, but like this thing, this like
Yeah.
like this is a huge undertaking. I mean this
That's
has to
right.
be the mother of all challenges, right?
That's it, and that's true. When I started making airplanes in 2022, I believe, or 2021, roughly, this was already on my roadmap because it's one of my favorite aircraft of all time. It's my favorite of everything. If you imagine all the planes I have on the roadmap, this is for me my Everest. So if you
Oh.
were a climber and you have multiple hills or mountains that you want to climb, and you say, "Oh, that's I want to climb the Everest one day." This is the equivalent. This for me is the mountain that I wanted to climb the most. And even when I started doing aircraft on 2021, Microsoft reached out to everybody and they asked, "What you have on the roadmap?" And I told them, "I have a 727-200." So George was aware that I always wanted to build this, and many other developers did too, because we all discussed these things internally and they knew. And there were a couple of developers that approached me saying, "Is it true that you're doing, after I released the S4 and the M500?" And they told me, "Is it true that you're doing a 727?" I said, "Yes." "All right, I stayed out of it, because if you did what you did to the M500, I can't imagine what you're going to do with this thing." So they stay out of that. Alex from SimWorks Studio was one of those developers that approached me asking, "How do you feel about the 727?" I said, "Oh man, that's the love of my life. Don't tell me you're gonna make one, because if you do, I don't care. I do one as well." I said, "Fine, I leave you alone with it." And he went away. But then I started thinking how long it was taking me to build each of my projects. I realized that by the time that I got the 727, we will be very far out. So I called him 2 weeks later and said, "Right, actually, let's do it together. And let's go 50-50 on this, and then we can bring it sooner." And I said, "Perfect. It's your baby, so you will be the one saying how you like stuff. And we split the job. How we're gonna deal with this." And finally this year we started the 3D. And we discussed this probably, I would say, September or August last year. But he needed to release the PC-12. I needed to release the M500 to get the fonts to start working on this. So when that happened, then that's when we finalized, signed our internal contracts and stuff, and we started. So the way we approach it, the 727, is that we did a full 3D scan of a real one in a museum, which is what you're showing there on the video. The full 3D scan is from a 727-100, which is what they have there, right? And then our research investigation, we know that the nose of the plane is the same as a 737. They share the same nose all the way to the beam 312, roughly. What is showing on that card that you have there.
What?
So next to it there was So next to it there was a 737 that was better to scan because it didn't have the ladder next to it. So we scanned the 737 as well, and then we use it to join it to the other scan and then build the model fully accurate, as you can see there. So the way we use this scan is each picture that we take thousands of them, have 5 million pixels of resolution. So it gives you high accuracy of the measurements of everything and the shape of everything. So the 3D artists can go around the scan and build the plane 100% accurate of the size. To extend to the 727-200, with the blueprints, we know what they did. They added a certain amount of seats and food and wear. So we extended the same way. So basically, we did exactly what Boeing did when they built these planes, where they started with 100, right? And then they extended. So we did the same procedure, and then we have the same measuring on everything. The plan is that we're going to give people what they want first, right? We don't want people to hold up. So they're going to get the 727-200 Advance first as a base package. As a discussion with Alex, we're going to put it with a price point that is less than $80 USD, the base package.
Mm-hmm.
And once you own the package, we will start delivering all the rest of the series. The entire series of 727 that exists, we're going to build all of them.
Wow.
Right? So the next will be the cargo version, and you can get it for you just need to own the base package, and you can buy the cargo for $15 roughly. Right? So it will be a price point between 15 to 20 each other. Then we will do the 727-100 plus the VIP version. You get 2 planes, right? And we will give it to you again for 15 USD. Okay. Now it's important to clarify that each series that we release will have something special, because I always do something special. Well, it's just not the plane. It will come with certain features that will build with it. Let me give you an example, and it's something that I told Alex that actually I wanted to do. Let's say that you buy the 200, and it will come with all the crazy stuff I do. You know, the tires are going to wear out, your oil is going up, all the circuit breakers are working, you're going to have engine fires, you're going to have flaps falling off of the sky because you put in at a high speed, etc., etc., etc. Right? That's the base package. Then you go into the cargo. It's not just another plane with an empty bay. That's not what we're planning to do. One thing I told Alex, okay, I want to do this. I want to tell people, listen, today you have to fly live flowers from Amsterdam to the UK. And we're going to give them a PDF sheet of how these live flowers are supposed to be taken care of. Because this is what happened to cargo flights. You get a specification of what your cargo is. On those specifications, pilot have to read it, because sometimes it says, look, this particular flower is very sensitive. You have to keep it at 18 degrees Celsius, and your cabin press has to be less than 10,000 feet. But because we know that people don't read these things, right? They will go ahead and fly. And on a 727, the pressurization is manual. The flight engineer has to set the pressurization of the plane. And it's not a computer, you know, you're saying go up, go down, and then you keep it to the levels. You're going to forget that I told you that had to be less than 6,000 feet, for example. You're going to forget to set the temperature that I told you was to be 18 degrees. So now your flowers are going to be all dead. And you're going to see the flowers going and dying. Right? And then you're going to go and land, and they're going to tell you, mate, this cargo is all destroyed. What you been doing there? Right? So that's one of the kind of thing. And it's just no flower. We're going to do it with livestock, with all the type of thing. It could be food. It could be all the cargoes will be no die. All the cargoes could be something like very heavy batteries, right? And then you could have a fire with the cell batteries going on and experience it what you should do and how to return to the airport quick. That kind of thing. So that's what the cargo will give you. It's not just another variant. It's experience.
Sure.
Right? And each variant that we do will do the same thing. So now we give you the 100 series plus the VIP series, right? The VIP will have the experience of VIP that's going to come with the Phenom plus something else, right?
Wow.
So you will feel like, okay, I own a VIP airliner, you know, with all the kind of things and all the sort of stuff are happening with it. And you get as well the 100, right? For less than $20. So you're buying not just a plane, you're buying another experience. We finished with that. Oh no, we're not done. Because there were other 727s that were doing things and still doing things. You have the oil spillage response and the fire fighting experiences with 727s, which is similar to the cargo version. It's a 200, but it's adapted to either have some chemicals that they can release on the sea to control the spillage of oil. And we know that in 2024 we have oil rigs, and they're doing all the oil rigs around the world, right? So I will give you the experience that someone's going to call and say, we have an emergency, we just destroy our oil rig, and we have a fire, and all the oil is going on, and you have to fly with the 777 over there to deploy the chemical or to put the fire off. And that doesn't stop there. Then the last one is the zero-G experience. Before, astronauts used to train on 727s, where the plane will go all the way to 45,000 feet or higher, and then it's spin down, so you get the
vomit
zero
comet.
gravity. Yeah, the vomit comet, they used to call it.
Yeah.
So we're gonna do that one too. Now the oil spillage and the firefighting we're planning to sell for $10, and the zero G between 5 to 10 as well, very little.
Mhm.
And all you have to do is to buy the one you want, right? You can buy, but you need to own the base, because the base is what's going to have obviously the flight dynamics, and all the heavy work goes on the base. So you buy the base and you want to fly only the firefighting, you wait, then you buy your base, and then for $10 you buy your firefighting and done. You don't have to own anything else. You don't want to own anything else. But you might want to have the cargo, and you buy the base, and then you buy your cargo. So that's the entire plan.
It's so exciting because that's kind of the essence, really, of what Flight Sim 2024 is all about, giving you the reason to go flying. And it's, I mean, you're kind of grabbing the bull by the horns here to say, yes, that's what we're going to do. I mean, if you want to fly VIPs in this aircraft, but you can buy the aircraft for the VIP transport. But it's not just a livery or a model. You're going to build in that experience as well. The same can be said for firefighting. God almighty, the amount of flowers that are going to be, right? There's a market in that somewhere. It's kind of cool because, to be honest, right, we've never really had the option. Sure, you could role play it, you can invent it and, write it down and role play the idea you're doing this thing. Or certainly you'd have missions with virtual airlines, but you're given the option to just experience this as the pilot.
Yeah.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
This is brilliant.
Yes. So that's how I want it, because for me, this is such an iconic aircraft that has to be done well, and it has to be done in a way that you want to fly it. I want everyone to fly it. And it's funny because York was there in FS Expo, and he approached me and Alex and said, "Look, we need a real one, something that's really, really good." He was telling us off. You better do something good because we really need something good in this. And then I told him what I was planning, and he started smiling. Okay, I feel better now, right? So and that really meant a lot to me that he said that, because he basically he's trusting us, right? He's saying, okay, these guys will do a good job, and it really meant a lot coming from him, obviously, right? So that is the entire roadmap. We cannot say exactly when. We had a couple of meetings with third partners to try to accelerate the development and then bring it faster. We're still working those things off. One of these partners is Barrel 42, for example, because as a surprise, this aircraft is going to come with full immersion packages included.
Nice,
right?
nice.
So when you buy it, it will have the immersion package just ready there for you. That's it. You don't have to buy it. It's embedded. I worked that out with them internally, and then you just have that as an added value. And we're trying to add a couple of other stuff as well as added value. I just want it to be the most amazing thing because I love this plane so much that I just putting all my passion into it, right? And Alex knows it. He feels the pressure because I explained to him. I've explained to him how the flap system works and why it's one of the most important part of the plane to get right, because it's a very iconic thing from this plane, the flaps. The thing is that I flew on this aircraft when I was very young. I was 25 years old and they were still flying in Latin America. So I have vivid memory of what do you feel when you're inside of these planes. And it's not like flying an Airbus that you land and you are like, he landed? Oh, right? No, this thing you feel everything because it's a proper big bit of tech for the time, but it's proper make of metal, man. So when the flaps are on flap 40, you could feel the vibration on your chair.
Wow.
You were sitting on the wing. You will feel the vibration of the flaps on your chair when the plane was landing, and when they open the landing gear, you will feel the thump under your feet. When the bay opened and the gear was down. That's kind of the experience that you feel everything, and I want to put bits of that kind of stuff on the sounds and all sorts of surprises that we're going to bring with it.
And working within a team, I mean, that's nothing new for you, Raul. I mean, a lot of what you do, you do it in your own time. As I said, you'd be up till mad o'clock in the morning working straight through, but you have worked with teams before. I mean, you've partnered with other guys before, so it's not a new territory or even a challenge for you. I mean, you're quite comfortable working with other developers.
Yes. I work with other developers since I started. I do modules for many products out there. Some of them are not allowed to say. Some of them I am allowed to say. The one most common that I'm allowed to say is the one for Parallel 42. Camp Out, the core that handles the injection of objects and things that was developed by me on C++ on Wasm. The Freedom Fox, I was called in to help to finish the Freedom Fox, get it out of the door at a later stage. So I am part of that. And there are others that, although I'm not writing the code, I help Kevin and Edson sometimes with ideas and things that they need, right? So I work with many others. I help many developers. That's what you saw when we were there in the FS Expo. The people just bombarded me, Raul, because I'm always helping all the devs. People don't realize, but we do help each other a lot because it's very challenging sometimes a developer wants to do a feature for their aircraft and they don't know how, right? And they ask a question. I just tell them, look, this is what you do. Sometimes they're given the code, sometimes I don't, because it depends of the partnership or who is asking. But at least I offer sometimes guidance, and then they know it, right? Similarly, sometimes I'm stuck on things that you can imagine, right? Because it's hard, and then they help, right? God friends, we've been developing a good relationship lately, and it was always online. I never saw them face to face. So when they were down on FS Expo, we were like, "Oh my God, John! Oh, okay." And then we just hugging each other, and then all saying hello, this and that, because we all share information how to do good stuff. So it's not new. And Alec is incredibly good at doing 3D and fly models. So that's one of the key things that they're going to be working on, and they're going to give me the plane basically when that's done. I'm just going to start doing all my magic all over it, right? He was worried. He said, "Are you sure you're going to make every single circuit breaker working? I mean, we're going to run out of circuits." So I asked the sub what was the maximum, and they told me 2 million. So I said, "I think we're fine, Alex." And he was like,
2 million.
He was so okay.
That's incredible. Like it's so great. Like, I mean, 3 aircraft from what sounds to be an ever-growing list of projects that are just starting to get there, and it's great to know that the 727, as you call it, your Everest, this is going to be quite the aircraft to see. So you're busy, you're flat out, and it's all go, which is a great thing. I mean, look at between the Sting and the FSR. I mean, you really did establish yourself up there, right? I mean, there was a lot of firsts with the Sting. It was the first deployable parachute in the simulator, and then with the 500, again, so many new firsts have been put in there. It's very exciting to see the whole brand, if you like, just kind of keep going the way it is. It's awesome. It's great to see, and we've said this before, but there's very few people we can actually say share the same passion, or at least can show the passion that they have. I mean, you're building this aircraft because this is your aircraft, and to your mind, this is your favorite. You want to do this, and that's the same with the Phenom. Like, you just have the passion to say, "Oh yeah, I really want to do this aircraft." Like, you won't pick a project you're not passionate about.
That's right, and he's so passionate that I don't care if anybody else is doing another. It's just I don't care. But someone else is doing this. You're gonna lose sales. I'm not doing it for the sales. I'm doing it because this seems to be the most wonderful thing that ever existed. End of it. I don't care who did it. I'm gonna do one. End of it. Nothing is stopping me. When I say I'm gonna make this airplane, I don't care even if Microsoft is doing an aircraft. The same thing. I will just do it because there is no the same thing. You doing something you love as someone doing it as a business. And I am not about the business entirely. Also, yes, there is a business decisions behind because the company have to run and have to feed my family. But the main objective is the passion for something. This is an aircraft that everyone has to fly. Everyone. And that's the objective. Doing something so cool that everyone will say, "You know what? I'm gonna try it. I bought another version of this, but I don't care. I'm gonna give it a go." Right? And my favorite quote is when people say, "Raul, I don't care if you do a brick, I will buy it." Right? That's it. That's the brand. That's the brand I'm building. I'm building a brand that people hear, okay, he's doing a car with wings. It must be the most amazing car with wings. that's the message I want people to learn with each product I release.
Mhm,
And I'm going bit by bit, right? Okay, I started with a little plane so people could see what it is. Then I built a turboprop, and it's funny. I remember one of the internal beta testers asked me, "Are you sure you're gonna do a turboprop after that little plane?" I said, "Why not? You sure you can do a turboprop? Well, we will see, right?" And here we go, right? I didn't disappoint, I think.
okay.
And it builds the confidence now around them because they do comparison with other products. They are the ones that fit back sometimes because I don't buy anything else. Even Alex get me sometimes he's playing and I don't fly them because I don't want to get influenced. I want to be influenced by my idea only. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you could buy something else and then I don't want people to think, oh, he did the same thing as this person, right? Or he copied an idea from this person. That's not true. Everything I do, it comes from a self desire to do it, right? Okay, I want to do that thing with the cargo thing because it's what I think will be cool. I think if I was flying my if I was a 727 pilot, that's what I would like to experience, and therefore I have to do it, right?
I love that. I love that. And yeah, I mean, spaceships next, right? Or who knows, right? I mean, whatever you start liking, we'll probably start going to see it in the same relatively soon. So awesome stuff.
Yeah. There are all the private jets on the roadmap. I'm not going to say which ones. They will be easier to do after I finish Phenom because the modularity. There will be other airliners after this, but we will focus very well on the 727 because we want the entire series to be perfect, right? And it's two development firms doing this. It's not just me, right? We're talking about SeaWorld Studio, which is a much larger team than I am, which much more years of experience than I have, because they started from FSX times. They were doing military aircraft and all sort of things, right? They are doing the B-52. They announced it and they show already how it looks, right? So they're doing the part of the lifting for me. That is what will have taken me longer, and the lack of experience, which is making it such a large plane. Now I'm learning with them, and then I get the skills. Okay, and then I will do my side of things that Alex tell me that I am nuts, right? Because when I tell him the stuff that I'm going to be doing on WhatsApp and thing, he says, "All right, okay, that's cool."
We need to sit down now. Brilliant.
Yeah.
No, dude, it's super exciting. And like, look at the 3 products you've announced. We've one coming very soon, one a little bit down the road, and then one, really, really excited for next year. And do keep us up to date with how you're getting on, because like it's from what we've seen already, just from the earliest of pictures, just getting the photos done. This is before it gets into what you get to do.
I sent you earlier what we're doing, for example, with the 200 variant engines, because we finished the engines yesterday, I think. Just send your Discord, you have a look.
Have it here.
Okay, so this is an example of the level of detail that Alex is going through, right? They were having, while I was sleeping, a full discussion in a channel, right? I woke up with hundreds of messages about the engine types, because we are doing the entire series. It means that we have to be careful how we start the 3D, because we have to take care of everything, right? The 100 series has a different engine from the 200, and the 200 have a different engine from the Super. Someone was asking about it, and then you have the Advanced, which have a different type of engine as well, right? So the engines of the 200 Advanced, which is the one that we're delivering first, you see what's happening here. The reversers are internal.
Wow.
They're not external. And that's what you see in there. So you flip to the previous picture and then this one, it will show open and close. Okay, so that's the engine from the back, right? And then when the reverser hits in, it's internal. It's not from the upside. But there was a version of 727s at some point upgraded where they made the external.
Right.
So they were external, similar to what you see on the MD-80s, right? Right? And then the one in the middle, because you have 3 engines, right? The engine in the middle will be internal. Okay, so we're doing that kind of things. So we're doing the internal ones for the 200. For the 100, we're going to do the externals. For the cargo, again, it changes. For the VIP, it's again different because the VIP is very close to the Super 27. So the idea is that the VIP, that we're doing the VIP, will reflect the engines of the Super 27 because they were used that way. There is a way. In terms of avionics, some people will have questions. What are you planning to do with avionics of this thing? Okay, so one of the things I want is everyone to feel they love the plane, right? And one of the things I learned going from the S4 and the SS500 and some comments I see when they see the screenshot of the Phenom is there is always this dilemma from people saying, I love my steam gauges.
Mm-hmm.
No. I like my glass cockpit avionics. And you have this rivalry there of people that are fighting between them, between this. So what Alex and I discussed is, by luck, there is a plane we have access to flying in the States that has exactly what we need.
Wow.
Because it has all the steam gauges at the front, but it has been upgraded.
Ah, right,
It has
okay.
been, okay, because what's happening is this plane used to fly VOR to VOR, but VORs are disappearing. So anyone that wants to keep these planes active on duty has been putting upgrades, and they have been doing crazy stuff to some of them. Some of them they put like the 737's consoles and they make all glass cockpit. Some of them they put a GNS 750, on a border. Some of them put a tablet. Some of them they were putting GTN 750s. It's a whole combination. But the one that we have access to has been upgraded properly with two Universal's UNS-1's flight manual system and a central console MFD. Very similar, is a universal one as well. Very similar to what the 737 have, where you have your flight plan there, your magenta lines, and you have ATICAs, and you have your weather radar, right? So the plan is that we will have a plane with all the steam gauges. You want to fly only steam gauges? Don't fill the flight plan, the FMS, just fly VR to VR like you want to, done. Or you want that kind of pilot that you like more flying like a 737, you put your flight management into the FMS, and you will have your full flight plan, and the autopilot will fly it.
Nice.
It have very limited VNAV capability because they never upgraded to that level, but it does have descent. That's it. It doesn't have the climbs, but it does have the descent. So that's the plan. So you will be able to fly board to board or your flight man assistant. Someone was asking me earlier privately if I would do SIVA. The difficulty with SIVA is that is very little information out there available now on documentation. And if I do it, it will be a mediocre implementation of it because I don't have enough data to do it.
Yeah.
Right. So really don't feel like doing the SIVA. But you will have the VOR to VOR and the FMS system. So these allow pilots from all ranges to fly. You're a motor pilot and you like your autopilot flying your waypoints and stuff, you can do it. You don't want that. You want to be old school and do everything yourself. Knock yourself out. Good luck finding VOR to go all over that you want to go, but it will work.
And you're building this inside the marketplace infrastructure, so you're aiming this at both PC and Xbox pilots as well.
Well, yes. I mean, we're hoping that obviously Microsoft 2024, this is going to be exclusive on 2024 because the timing, when we finish this, we're expecting everyone to be ready in 2024. And we want to use the new technology that we believe is there that makes it works much better on Xbox. There are certain products like the Phenom that if 2024 allows me to make it work on Xbox, then it will. That's something that we need to test because, for example, FS 500 is struggling right now on Xbox S, and it gives a lot of difficulty sometimes for people to make it work because a limited amount of RAM. We didn't have adequate developing tools for Xbox consoles. Microsoft is working on improving that. I've seen previews of things and it's very good. So it is entirely possible that it will work on Xbox. We might need to change certain things to, texture, quality or something to just to hit the targets. But the intention is that it hits everybody.
That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. Well, Raul, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. I mean, all the comments that I can see in the chat, we're all pretty much the same. We're like, wow, right? There's some fantastic things happening. And So in the order of March, we're going to have, what's the first plane? A TL or just?
Yeah,
TL 3000. Yeah.
TL 3000. Yeah, you have a workable parachute as well. It works already.
Nice.
Yes, so that will be the first, followed by Fennon. While I'm working on Fennon, Alex is plumping ahead, working with his team on the 727.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a parallel project. It's not like it's sequential. It's running.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm working parallel on the TL 3000 and the Fennon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then when Fennon is out, the expectation is that the 727 will be already on my hands, so I can start working my other side of things.
Mm-hmm.
And then that will be the next to be released.
Awesome.
While I'm working on 727, there will be parallel things that are going to be happening with other developers that will be helping me, because every time I manage to release something larger like Fennon and people support me, it allows me to expand. So I'm hoping that the sales of Fennon is going to allow me to probably put on board 1 or 2 devs with me. And that will allow me to work all the time on the 727, while the other 2 are going to be following my lead on how to do stuff and other things. And then I will take all those other things and then put my magic. I will have to touch myself, right? So my black magic isn't on that. But you can start going parallel. And that's the hope as time goes by.
Mm-hmm. That's terribly exciting. So, just remember us when you're up in FS Reborn Towers, right? And you have all your staff there, looking back on this saying, do you remember those days, right?
No, I don't know. I think I would just be happy when the 727 is released. I'm pretty sure I will be able to sit and say, you know what, I'm going to do nothing for 2 months than fly my plane, and then just and then just be flying on my 737, enjoying what Alex is telling me. What are you doing today? Flying again? But we're supposed to be doing this. I thought you were going to fly my plane.
Brilliant. We look forward to the days that we can enjoy the sim. And absolutely.
Yes, exactly.
Awesome stuff. Well, Raul, listen, it's been an absolute pleasure. What a great insight into what you're working on over the next few weeks. It's very, very exciting stuff, man. And thanks so much for joining us here, for giving us the update. Can't wait to see more. And awesome stuff. The future is so bright and exciting, dude. It's awesome to hear.
It is, and Microsoft has so much plannings ahead that this is just incredible. When you hear them say on FS Expo that they're thinking already of the stuff they're gonna release 8 years from now, because and they were saying there on the panel, right? It was just like, okay, so this is really for the long run, as I said.
Yeah. Fantastic stuff. All right, my dude, we shall leave it there. We'll chat to you soon, though. Thank you so much indeed for joining us. And guys, can we get some emotes into the chat for Raul and the amazing roadmap we've just got to see here that's going to be happening over the next weeks, months, and indeed years at FS Reborn. Raul, thank you very, very much indeed, and we'll chat to you soon, dude.
Thank you.
Okay, right, buttons here now, lads. Don't panic. It's all going to happen now, right? Right, hang on now. Right, brilliant. Jesus. I was going grand until my microphone stopped. Right, brilliant stuff. Sim Fanatic is here as well. Good to see him, dude. You're very welcome in. Lads, if you haven't already, do be sure to check out Sim Fanatic's channel over on YouTube. The man with the sunglasses, got to meet him over at Expo. He did all the building of the Content Creators Lounge. He was up till way past his bedtime putting it all together. But excellent content, really, really nice guy. Do be sure to check out the channel. And right now, fair play to Raul. Jesus, the man is... Right, he's working on incredible stuff. That 727 looks absolutely incredible. It absolutely does. So what we're going to do here now, friends, we're going to have a quick look at the Huey, and we're going to be checking out an airport as well. It's a new airport from Burning Blue Design, and I don't know. We'll just go with shall we go with the now rescue chopper? Why not? So it's that of Turweston, right? That's the one. Where are we at now? That's the wrong button, Murphy. Jesus, look what I'm pressing. Right, we'll find it here, friends. Right, Turweston, and you are Echo Golf Bravo Tango. Echo Golf Bravo Tango. There we are. So it's a release from Burning Blue Design. So we're going to be checking this one out. We'll ramble over here. And that's all grand. And we're going to have a look at the Huey while we're here as well, right? So, yeah, really exciting stuff for... thank you, Muse fan. Really exciting stuff from FS Reborn. And like anyone, if you've used FS Reborn's products before, and it could be the Sting S4, or indeed it could be the M500 or the FSR 500. Just they offer things to simmers that just haven't been done before, and I love that. And they're both two incredible aircraft. They're beautiful to fly. They're feature rich, and the sounds and everything brilliant. And they get updates, which is also very, very important. You know. So yeah, the Phenom. Really looking forward to that Phenom, man. Oh, yes, we got to get our hands on that. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have a quick look at a new airport from Burning Blue Design, and it's Turweston, right? And we'll learn a little bit about it. Now, is this what? Look at the state of this Huey. So Turweston Aerodrome, it's located here in...
Good buddy.
It's located... Jesus, the noise. It's located here in Buckinghamshire, right? And there's all buttons happening there in Buckinghamshire, and has a rich history dating back to the Second World War. It was originally opened in 1942 as RAF Turweston, and the airfield played a significant role in the war effort, serving as a training base for pilots and as a base for the Royal Air Force Bomber Command. Various squadrons, including the 307th Bombardment Group of the US Army Air Force, will utilise the aerodrome for training and operational missions. After the Second World War, RAF Turweston was decommissioned in 1945. The airfield was then used for agricultural purposes, with the runways and facilities gradually falling into disrepair. However, the historical significance was never forgotten, and in the late 20th century, efforts were made to revitalise the aerodrome, and in the 1980s, Turweston Aerodrome was redeveloped as a general aviation airfield, with the infrastructure being improved, including the refurbishment of the runways and construction of new facilities. It began attracting private pilots and aviation enthusiasts, leading to a resurgence in activity. Today, the aerodrome, it is a thriving hub for general aviation, home to a variety of aviation-related businesses, including flight schools, maintenance organisations, and even aircraft manufacturing firms. It's in close proximity to the famous Silverstone racetrack, located just 3 miles east of Silverstone. The aerodrome provides a convenient access point for aviation enthusiasts and visitors attending major racing events, including that of the British Grand Prix. The facility has been faithfully recreated by Burning Blue Design to undertake on-site visits, ensuring that the highest levels of accuracy and features. They've included over 100 custom 3D objects, each with PBR, highly detailed, fully modelled tower interior, including a cafe and control room, detailed hangar interiors and working animated hangar doors, has a working fuel truck, dynamic fountain and animators with custom wind-dependent animations, dynamic animated spectators and vehicles, custom terraforming with accurate runway profile, custom fully or completely custom animated windsocks, full night lighting, enhanced high resolution, color corrected ground textures, so on and so on and so on. There's a heap of stuff in this. This is currently available over on the Burning Blue Design website. You can actually pick it up, lads, for $12.95, right? $12.95. Why did my gadget turn off? I lost my Toby Eye. Let's see if it turns back on. Hopefully it does. It does. Right, do we have Toby Eye? Give it a second now, Murph has to think about it. Let's have a look here now. Tis. Right, okay. So before we get into the chopper, well, let's go exploring the airfield, shall we? Look at this. We have a fountain over there. Let's get our bearings. Now, Burning Blue Design, they really have carved out their own little niche when it comes to scenery design, because they tend to pick, I would say, some of the lesser known airports, right? And the fact that they travel around to them, they visit them on site in the UK, they take an absolute ton of photographs and they do all their bit of research. It's pretty cool. You get to really explore these areas, and it's done quite well. So we're just kind of getting a broader kind of picture here. Look at all the solar panels, look, Jesus. So this is kind of our view from way up high. So look at the whole area, isn't it? Jeez, that's nice, isn't it? Very, very nice indeed. And they've included all the hedgerows, and there's all vehicles parked up here as well. Look, we can zoom in here really quick. There's the National Grid electricity, a man with the van. And again, look, they've the hedgerows done. Just, you know what I mean? You're that's like some sort of a racetrack nearly. So that's done really, really well. So we'll ramble up towards the airfield itself, right? But this is more the runway side, but we'll have a look. So the runway itself, 09 there. And look at it. It ain't, it's not perfectly level. I love that. Look. So they have that spot on. So we'll ramble over here to see what we can see. So interesting aircraft. Anyone name that machine? Can anyone name it? We don't have that in the sim yet. It was a speed van. Right? Can anyone name that airplane? We don't have it in the sim yet. We have something similar to it, but we don't have that one. But anyway, let's continue on. Old veteran, I think it is. Yeah, Jesus lads, you're very good at that. And there's a little plane there as well, right? Okay, so over by the main hangar, nothing much. Like there's it's an airfield, right? But let's look at the design. Have they put in a Skoda? I keep asking them. They need to put in a Skoda. It just adds realism, right? Look at the lovely bike they put in. A Honda. That's nice. I can hear some sort of a... Well, there's water there, but I think there was a fountain we can look at here as well. Alright, so let's ramble across. Let's do a bit of exploring. And look, all the interiors are done here. That's... Jesus, look at that, lads. Very modern building, but it's you know, that is that of the control tower. And look, we have a beautiful little fountain over here as well. Very nice. Over here then we have the Light Aircraft Association. And again, there is an interior done here as well, look. Well, you can't get into it, but there is an interior. Further down the line here, back out toward aircraft, hangar, more hangars, more static vehicles. Jesus, there's a ton of stuff here. Nice little Cessna parked up as well. No Skodas though. Jesus, they just put in one Skoda. Come on, lads. Ooh, check out the helis. AS Aerospace. Look at the cut of that. Look at the cut of that machine. So we're in our Huey. We're going to take our Huey up for an L blast here now in a second. Mick Allen and Son aircraft resprays. Ah, how cool is that? Look. Colonel Fork, how was sleeping under the stairs last night? Yeah, grand, thanks. Nice of you to ask, considering you put me there. It's good to see you, my friend. Hope all is well. Right, okay, so let's check out the interior. So it's mainly the tower that they have done, and they said there's like a cafe and all that sort of jazz. So we'll go in here now and start exploring. So, Eager Drinks is on the ground floor. The flight deck cafe is open. That's upstairs. Turweston Flight Centre is up again, and then we have the control tower. Pay landing fees in your tower. Have an elevator. What's in here? Not much is in here. Right, so we'll go up the stairs, look. They've modelled the freaking stairs. The flight deck cafe. Let's ramble in. Ah, look. We're in a cafe, lads. What a great spot for a bite to eat, though, isn't it? Please place your order at the till. Well, what can we get? We can get cake. Coffees. Cold drinks, specials, loaded fries with jalapeno, cheese and shirakas, smoked salmon, fish cakes. What? I can see they put in a Dacia, no Skoda. This is done really well, isn't it? So there's a little restauranty area. Upstairs again. What's up here now? Offices. Pay landing fees in the tower. And we go all the way upstairs. Too far, Murphy. All the way upstairs into the tower. And here we have the tower. That's pretty well done, isn't it? I'm liking that. So it's a basic tower, but great visibility. And it's new, look. That's all brand new. That's a brand new building. Quite impressive. Right, so then we have a ton of hangars down as well. Let's go down this side. Isn't it mad, the history here? And like, it just went into disrepair and then back to life again. It's mad, isn't it? But again, like, this is the, you know, this is the sort of experience that Burning Blue kind of bring to you. I mean, would you ever expect to go flying here and then next thing you learn all about its history when you can actually see the old layout of the runways? They were the original layout. Do you know what I mean? And like, where you have all these solar panels, that would have been part of the barracks, no doubt. Not a real tower, or not a real tower, probably advisory. I imagine this is like a flight officer kind of station, and not the full hog. Couple of chairs out there, nice viewing positions. Weather stations. That's deadly. Look at that. They've even modelled that, look. Class. What way is the wind blowing? That way. Alright. It's like the weather rock. Did you ever see the weather rock? When the rock is moving, it's windy. When the rock is not moving, it's calm. Okay, I'm liking the layout. What's this down here? Signage. Weybridge for HGVs. Owen Farms, Sugar Rich, Equestrian Centre, and then all the places. It's done pretty well, isn't it? What's the night light? I imagine now the night lighting is going to be as basic as, but we'll check it out. It's basic. Nice drop lighting though on the buildings, isn't there? Let's ramble over towards that tower block then once again. Hazard lights on, look. That's done very well, isn't it? That is very good. Decent night lighting. Super job. So there we have Turweston. What do you think of it, lads? Pretty, isn't it? Right, so let's jump into our Huey. Because this thing is absolutely class, right? Taogs Hangar released their Huey, and if you haven't got it yet, what's wrong with you? If you're into helicopter flying, this just has to be on your list. If you're not into helicopter flying, but you're really thinking about, you know, giving it a bash, I highly recommend this because it's fun. It's great, right? It sounds phenomenal. So some of the features of this aircraft, the damage simulation, the liveries, the systems accuracy, it's all there, and it's priced over on flightsim.to for $29.99, right? And as I said, we took it for the quick spin there on Sunday. But let's go in now and have a look at some of the options that we can start messing around with the thing, shall we? Briefly. So jump inside in the cockpit, and we can change things around. We have a little clipboard here, look. Right? And on our clipboard, well, we can start messing up with stuff. So look, we have the wire cutters. We can disappear those. They're located on the front, usually here. So if we want our wire cutters, just, well, press the button on the wire cutters. So we'll put them back in there, and then you'll see them. That's how this works. You just click on, hey, I want this or I don't want this. The steps, remove the steps. We can put in surfboards if you want, right? Every medical chopper should have a surfboard, I mean, right? You know what I mean? Engine bays are there. Put in the steps. Side armament mounts. Look at that. I wonder can you actually get, or will that be an update at some stage? You know, why is that screen doing that? It's almost like it's not full screen. There we go. I wonder, you know, can you actually put in machine guns and stuff? I think that would be just interesting, wouldn't it? It would, lads, wouldn't it? Yeah, Hueys are just class. Will this Huey be better than the other one coming out? Gregor, I would say this is the best Huey in the land. Cockpit door, rear door. Look at that. Engine bay. Hide the crew. What else can we do here? Pilot door visibility, right door visibility. Remove all the doors. You gotta love it, right? Put them back in. Next page. So we have a tablet. Nice. You can go for a modern panel if you want that actually has glass avionics. That's mad looking. It's a great option though, isn't it? Cabin decorations, so like, you know, there's a cup down there. We have the hula girl up there. You can remove those if you like. Show the crew inside. Transport troops in cabin. So you can see your troops in there now. We look behind us. How are the men? Jesus, then. They have the 1,000 yards. Right. We can go medical cabin instead. That's pretty cool. And we can also remove the armor plated surrounds from your seats. Isn't it nice? So, right, with that done, let's see, can we actually go flying the thing? Well, we can leave the tablet there, but it's only showing you kind of avionics and that, you know what I mean? So it's a GPS, that's all. Okay. Click away the gadget, Murph. There we go. So, he carried out a poll about adding weapons. Oh, he's going to consider it? Nice. We probably don't need the gun yokes or a medical chopper. I'm back up here now for a second. There we go. Leave the winch on for the crack. Right, okay. Right, to start this machine, I'm going to purely go by guessing it. Colonel 4 helped me out the last day, but let's see what happens. Get a few of these lads turned on here now. Okay, battery. Never likes that sound, does it? Turn that gadget off. Pushed. There we go. Fuel on. Inverters. Spare. Bleed air, don't worry about that for the moment. Wipers, don't worry about that for the moment. Lights, gets them on. Okay. The master caution. Warning light will stay on because we've no power. We're going to open up the throttle. And we're going to go for a start. The sounds, friends, the sounds. Beautiful. The sounds are just incredible, aren't they? Right, what do I want to do here? Transponder next, wasn't it? Chip detector. I wonder have I broken it already. Get to the chopper now. Jesus, did I break it on startup? I probably did. Oh, okay. Right, let us try and fly the machine, shall we? So we have some lights on. Let's listen outside. The sounds, lads. Oh, it's just class. Yeah, I probably had
Houston, we have a problem.
I probably have the throttle too high. It's grand, don't worry about it. Reset that. Okay, let's see, can we actually fly the devil now, right? So, with the Toby Eye, how's it going? Alright, let's see what we can do here. Kicking up some dirt. Yepsy daisy. The old SimFX providing the dust. Alright, let's go this way. Ah, Betsy. There we go. The sound is very good, isn't it? That rotor slap. That rotor slap is just incredible. What a great way to go exploring around the sim though, isn't it? Sure, throw it back in this way. It sounds so good, it's ridiculous, isn't it? Guys, look at the detail around the airport, it's done really well. So they built the new runway, obviously on the old runway. It's mad, like when you look back in time and you see the way the airport was, these would have been parking spots for the bombers, look. Let's see, can we land on one? Easy now. That's mad, isn't it? Like, it's still there, but it isn't really. Do you know what I mean? So like B-17s would have sat in here, you know what I mean? That's class. I'll drop it down here for a second. 200 feet. Isn't that class, lads? I see a red door. I want to paint it black. Medic missions for FFA, right? Isn't it class? Does it have VRS and retreating blade stall? It has VRS, I think. Sure, we'll find out. It's just the sounds are so good. Right. Oopsie daisy. Like the thing can move, do you know what I mean? That's so good. Let's see if we get it over the water there, see how the out effects go. Easy now, Murph, don't break it. I'll try not to break it now. We'll have to go fierce handy. We want to see what effects we can kick up here over the water, right? Easy. Easy. Don't end up in the water, you muppet. Look at that, kicking up the water. Look at that. The state of it, look. Waves and everything, look. That's so good. So, the UH-1H Huey. Lads, it's absolutely fantastic. Like any helicopter, they're going to be a challenge to learn how to fly them, but like once you spend a little bit of time, you know, just be a little bit persistent with, like, it's so rewarding. And like Taogs Hangar, they've done such a great job with this thing. They really, really have. Like, this is fantastic. As I nearly bin it. They've done a remarkable job with this chopper. Go down here with the other choppers. Easy now, Betsy. Easy now. Easy. Oh, Jesus. It's alright. Don't panic. They're not the easiest to fly. Oh, Jesus. Right, that'll do us. Christ almighty. Right, there we have it. God almighty. Look at the state of it. Isn't it brilliant though, isn't it? How's the trim? Trim is good. Trim is good. It's just a remarkable chopper. We got to take the, well, I don't know, but like we need to take these out for a proper flight. I'll plan a chopper group flight soon because they're just, aren't they? They're incredible, absolutely incredible, lads. So, let's see here now. Not a light, and just get rid of the fuel. That'll eventually kill her. Click that. So there, friends, we have it. Is it SimFX or it comes with the chopper? SimFX is doing most of it. It'll have to be a Twitch only stream so we can do proper music with it. Probably. But there you have it, lads. Taogs Hangar, the UH-1H Huey, a brand new release from Microsoft Flight Sim. $30, but man alive, is this going to put a smile on your face. It's done very, very well. The sounds are just, it's incredible. He did the same with the Alouette, you know what I mean? And already the number of liveries available for this aircraft, law enforcement, civilian, you name it, it's in there. You know what I mean? So that shall be all we have for this evening, friends. I want to thank you all so very, very much indeed for tuning in. A massive shout out to Raul from FS Reborn for joining us, and for you guys spending all your time. We were raided, all the follows, all the likes on YouTube, all the subs. Absolutely incredible stuff, guys. Thank you very, very much indeed. Next scheduled stream, I think I'll see how I go tomorrow. We're definitely going to be streaming on Friday. I'm 50-50 with tomorrow. But we're definitely going to be flying on Friday night. We're taking the J3 Cub out for a spin in and around New York, and we'll kind of see where we go from there. I have to work on Saturday, so I'm busy now, but we'll have a lot more content, including an MD-11 flight coming up soon as well, lads. So thank you all so very much. Enjoy the rest of your week. Right, it's nearly the weekend. We can sense it from here already. We can feel it. We can hear it. So thank you all so very, very much. We'll see you very soon. If you're new here, thank you very much indeed. !Discord. That brings you over to our Discord. That's where we hang about when we're not on a live stream. So, right, that's it. Shinawil, Longfol, good night now. Ihnacht, Agus Arish, Kunas Satatu, Tame Gama. Kunis, Cock-a-Milish, Boher Banya. Right, good luck to you now.
Shit. Oh, okay.
Oh, balls. Thomas, you big scuttling Egypt. Oh, Jesus, there he is. I don't know. Oh, I take it all back. Did you just see me scream? Oh, no. That wasn't nice at all. No. Up. Do something. Oh, nearly. And then, oh. No, we can save it. We've landed in a bit we shouldn't have. Shh.